Hello everyone and welcome to episode 22 of Red Dead Redemption 2. Our previous episode had a little bit of a little glitch there at the very beginning where it cuts out and it was recut a couple times to try to get rid of that and it just keeps happening. So that's a little bit weird. Sorry about that. The rest of the video appears to play just fine. A couple people sort of asked about that. No idea what's going on there. In any event, let's go take a quick look at our nearest quest. Yes, okay, so last time we were going to go see Marco. Got all the way up there. Huge storm rolled through. He wasn't there. Looks like he's back in position now, so we're going to head up this way.
Yep.
That was a huge storm in that last episode. I enjoyed that a whole bunch. We are recording this on a wonderful April Thursday. I think there's some space for different people to have different kinds of favorite weather, but this is it. I think I mentioned this in a previous episode, recent episode that we did as well, but we are right there in my favorite kind of weather, where it is warm and clear and sunny during the day, and then at night the temperature comes down and it's cool and crisp, and it is... Oh no, not more storm. Is this like a scripted thing as you approach this area? I guess we'll see. It does look a lot like a storm is rolling in here. Yeah, look at this. We might have encountered the king of Lost Island or something here. Okay, wait, there's a red dot coming this way. What is this? Okay, great time for an autosave. That's what this is. What the hell? Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna survive this. You never know what the start of any given episode of Red Dead Redemption 2 is gonna bring to you. Let's see if Redford will come back. Don't get hit by a train. Come on. It's dead. Don't worry about it. And like I said, I have not worked out whether or not it matters if we skin this cougar now or what, so we're just gonna keep the skin on for now. Go ahead and stow. The first cougar that we've killed? I kind of feel like it is. Alright, and Arthur's health there on the bottom left is coming back. This is a very, very loud storm. This can no longer be... I thought that big storm that we had last time was just sort of one of those emergent elements, but the fact that we got another one upon approaching what looks like a... Faraday cage. Sorry. There up top. I'm beginning to think that this is plot related. Is there a hitching post here for Redford? Then again, I'm not sure that I want her hitched, because if there's more cougars out here... Okay, can't go in this way. Well, let's lead her around back then, because I'm not going to... Come on.
This way. Come on.
I'm not going to leave her around front if I can't charge out to help her if we start to hear sounds of distress. This game is so cool. One of the reasons that I wanted to jump into Red Dead, I knew that it would be coming up for more than Amiya. I knew that Tashir and Patikin had already played it, so I wanted to be able to interact with them and talk about it and so forth, and be able to watch Amiya's stream, of course. Look at the water coming off the windowsills. God, that's so cool. But also, I wanted to recapture the way that I felt about when we were playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Because I loved that game. I loved... Oh, hold on.
Hello? anybody here?
Hello to Azaric and Markwak.
If you are here to rob me, I wish to make clear that I have weapons that could liquefy each of your internal organs in turn and leave you just a puddle on the floor.
Professor, I ain't here to rob you. It's me. I helped you at the pond.
You did? Oh, you did. The buffoon. Hello.
Hello. I hope I'm not disturbing you.
Of course you are disturbing me, buddy. I almost solved biggest problem and you mess it up.
Did?
No, but I did. I can't get the bloody conductor straight. What? Well, it is the geometry of life, the grand theory of power. It's the grand theory of theories. There is just one more big problem. Maybe I solve it, but I can't get it right.
I don't understand.
Of course you don't. Help me adjust these things and I will show you what I mean. Here, take these.
Oh, well, I'm not much of a scientist.
Yeah, well, you are an American. Science is far beyond you, but you make a fine buffoon. Go.
Groomfy, thank you so much for the resubscription.
You have the detector in your hand. The filament flashes when it points at the locations for conductors. Follow flashes up in hills and plant conductor rods where filament goes solid. When all three conductors in place, lightning strikes the rods, and we harness power of nature to make life.
Is it possible that he doesn't understand the tenor, the connotations of the word buffoon?
It's going.
Because I really want him to stop calling Arthur that.
Now, find the position for the second conductor.
This is one of the more clear hot, cold games I've ever played.
Job. Remember, this is for the good of all mankind. You're better than my last assistant. I hope you live longer too.
Yeah, Groovy, for real, thank you very, very much for the resubscription. And hello to Azaric and Markwak and anybody else who might be coming in. You're catching us, just doing normal cowboy stuff. Nothing really to explain here. Oh, I don't like those wolves. I should have grabbed my shotgun before I came up here.
That's it. 2 down and 1 to go. And you're not dead. Yes. Life and death. The master equation that unlocks everything. We're so close now. Can you feel it? Hurry! The experiment must go on!
Whoa!
That wasn't you, was it? Good, good. You're there! Marvelous!
Oh!
Fantastical!
Sorry, we got to pause for this as well. Hello to Patikan and everybody rating over. Patikan, I hope you had a great time with Outriders. You guys are catching us right in the middle of just a very, very well thought out scientific experiment in which we were planting lightning conductors, lightning capacitors around in the middle of a raging lightning storm.
Oh, return to the lab.
Return to Marco. Yes, and get off of high ground in the middle of this giant lightning storm. Oh, Grumpy bought Red Dead 2. Next week is vacation, and hopefully he can play some. Will you also be streaming it, Grumpy? Because I would love to be able to tune in for that. I did see that during Mia's stream, you were having a great time seeing the game and had said that you either were going to buy it or had bought it. Very, very excited to hear that you had. I think that you're going to have a great time with it. I will say, if I can share... hold on, this guy's going to talk for a second. I'm going to get obliterated by this lightning storm. Okay, hold on. Let me get around here. Grumpy saying that Moo is the streamer in the family. That's... You know, I think it would be cool if you did stream it, but I understand.
Wonderful!
I wish I ever went to school so I had a clue what was going on. What now?
Well, now, I become the second creature after God himself to bring life to this earth. Like this.
Wait, he's not really doing a Frankenstein thing.
Am I missing something?
The switches. The bloody switches. Okay. Climb up there and adjust the Go quick, please.
So another very, very quick pause to thank Marquack for the 1,000-bit cheer. Hopefully that will keep me warm. or cool. I don't know. I'm about to be very dead. But Marquack, thank you so much. We were actually talking about your Twitter feed the other day because I stopped by to check it out and saw that for a very long time it was... Can I climb this? No, that's a hand truck, not a ladder. Pictures of all the movie tickets that you were going to the theater with a rather notable cutoff date just before the COVID-19 pandemic. And that made me very sad because I also remember going to the movie theater and being excited for all the new releases and being able to listen to the...
What I got myself into.
The Quarter 3 Movies podcast. Like there were entire summers where I would look ahead to see what they were gonna watch, and then we would go see that so that I could listen to the podcast.
A circuit. Flick one switch on the array, and another might go off. You want the 3 illuminations. So flick the switches till that is the outcome.
Just
Okay.
tell me, what goddamn one of these things to pull?
I am an invisible web engineer, not an electrical technician, okay?
You better hope I ain't fried up here.
I'm just letting you guys know this is gonna be trial and error. So far, everyone I pull has slipped the 2 adjacent, so I think that this will get it. There we go. Apparently that was Mark Quack's experience as well. Hold on, I should...
It's working! It's working! Come down here, quick!
It's possible that I am now magnetic, or every piece of ammunition that I have been carrying around is now just a puddle, burning a hole through my thigh. Okay, yeah, what is the shortest path? I didn't take the shortest path to get up here.
Are you ready?
Sure. Second time lucky, eh?
Second time? More like 7,000. This is my life's work. It is incredible. Watch. My son lives!
What is it?
It is life itself. The morons who doubted me. It is me and you. Isn't he wonderful?
Is that it?
For now. I am so happy. Oh, you just saw creation's second birth.
I just saw a machine waddle a few steps.
I have a son. I am the luckiest man alive. Those morons, they doubted me.
I'll see you later.
Yes, yes. Goodbye. Oh.
Let's go.
Well, now I understand why his quest line is called Bright Bouncing Boy. So if I can share just very quickly one piece of... and hello to Samalander also. 1.21 gigawatts, then that gets him 2 steps. Yeah, I guess battery technology wasn't quite there. One quick tip for Groomfy. Every once in a while in your log, you'll have different quests, and one thing that I did not realize is that apparently some of those quests are extremely tied to where you are in the main story, so if you don't do those early, you don't get to do them at all. And I feel like there's a lot of stuff, you know, maybe not main story content, maybe not even side story content, but at least some content that I'm not gonna see at all now. Like, it's not even stuff that you can go into the replay menu and replay. That's on me. I mean, I had the option to do it. I just didn't realize that finding lumber to build somebody's house was going to be such a time-limited object. All right, I have a cougar. I don't need to use it to ruin somebody's... Yeah, let's go here. To ruin somebody's boat christening. So let's go see if we can take it someplace, skin it. I don't think it's going to be a... Wait.
Okay.
Wait a second. Who is living all the way out here? Is this a robbery option? Hold on a second.
Yep.
Hello to Underjeb. I hope that you're having a great Thursday so far. Nobody with nothing of value. Oh, this is just a train station. Also, not trying to do that. Okay, maybe that's just a train station. I saw lights on a house on a hill in the middle of a storm and said, well, that looks like where Clue happens. Yeah, let's go see what this is.
Whoa, easy.
Not quite as ostentatious as the mansion in Clue, but could have something interesting.
What the hell?
All right. No, I'm just kidding. Let's let's find out what this is about. Okay. How far does that go down? Is this like a hellmouth? Underjeb, thank you very much for the follow. No, I don't need any more hair pomade. That's not what I thought I might find in there. Oh, the brandy I'll take. Yeah. Cigarette card? Yes, please. Hattie Langry. Let's see if we can get her story. Oh, that's right. It's just a list of other cards. Oh, hello to Captain Dingus. Nope, nothing in there. So I can use eagle eye vision to try to get some clues here. Let me see what I can locate just on my own. First. Oh, but, so Markwak was also saying that, like, you know, he was saying I'm not very much of a self-starter, so having the Quarter 3 guys curate what movies to go see. Yeah, that was very much for me as well. Like, I wanted to be able to listen to the podcast, and I don't know how to walk around this death hole more respectfully. So, somebody got blown the fuck up. No, wait. Something crashed. Wait, this is like a meteor or something. What the hell? Inspect structure. This house seemed to have been struck by something, a meteor maybe. Yeah. Is that it? Do I get to be like a witcher now? Can I make a sword out of this? This might just be a curiosity. Nope. Outhouse checks out. I just don't want to miss something cool, but I don't think that there's anything else we can learn here. I'll use Eagle Vision here. We'll just see if there's anything else that flashes. Nope. Nope, we looked at that. Looked at that. There we go. Pretty small meteor. We're going to come back here at the end of the game. It's just going to be the blob. The whole mountainside. Are there limitations on what the blob can consume in order to grow? Like, can you feed it plants? Does it eat grass? Mostly in the movie, it seems to eat people. And maybe like a dog or something. Here's a fun fact. Wow, I didn't expect this to be the train of thought, but Red Letter Media did a video about the blob, and I'm, you know, on and off with their stuff. But their video on the blob was very interesting, and one of the things that it pointed out is that apparently in the original script for the Frank Darabont blob, it specified in the script that the camera would start like over a graveyard and then pan over to an active football game, which required there to be a graveyard right next to a high school where they were playing, you know, where they could play football. And that is exactly how the movie starts. And that in the town where it was filmed, there is in fact a town graveyard immediately next to the high school football field. But that wasn't like, you know, a production thing that was, you know, slapped together. It's the real thing. And they were sort of like wondering, did they scout the location first before writing the script? Was this something that was always in their mind? It's just like an interesting little detail about that movie. I do not know what color this... We encountered this cougar in the dead of night. It's looking awfully white right now. I don't know if that means that it's decaying or melting or was, in fact, some kind of snow leopard the whole time. Also, I guess I'm just going to the trapper. It occurred to me halfway down. Oh, this is a ways. What is this now? Okay, well, whatever it is sounds part man, part wolf, so Arthur knows how to deal with this. Shit. Redford, you are the worst horse in the world. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna die again. Thanks for the help, buddy. I feel like the cougar is probably more exotic, but also more rotten at this point. So I'll tell you what, let's grab the cougar's skin. Hey, Redford, asshole, get over here. Wow, do cougars have that long of a tail? Hold on a second. Do cougars have tails as long as their entire body? Mark Mark is asking if I've just spent any more time with Evil Genius 2. Yes, some off stream, and so I haven't played enough of it to have a real opinion yet. What I can say is my first thoughts, my early thoughts at least, are somewhat warmer than I think that Jason's were.
Hold on there, girl.
Hold on, let's get this skin. Jason stopped by while we were playing it and said, you know, I wish I liked it more, and some of his feedback seemed centered on the fact that you get lots and lots of money, and that money doesn't seem to be a resource that you have to worry too much about. Stowe. I played a while. I may not have played as far as McMaster has. My sense of it is that money is not... I don't know that money is intended to be like a major stumbling block in terms of your ability to progress. I think it's more of a speed limiter on how quickly you can progress. I think that's how it's being positioned, and that there might be other things like, you know, the amount of heat that you generate and so forth that are sort of set up as roadblocks to say you can like without money, okay, without the need to balance your treasury, you'd be able to progress extremely quickly. So they put that in to sort of like give some sense of progression there. But I don't think that it's supposed to be a major stumbling block. Like, how am I going to budget all of these salaries and stuff like that? The other end of it, and this is something that I was thinking about, Mark Quack, is when you start 2 Point Hospital. Has anybody else here played 2 Point Hospital? 2 Point Hospital starts out fall off log easy. It is the early missions. You could start, build nothing, stand up and walk away, and come back 4 days later, and you still won't have run out of money. Those early missions are so easy. And I remember starting 2 Point Hospital and being like, okay, so this is cute. Is there going to be any challenge to it? And the further that I played, I can almost specifically remember it's the one where it starts to teach you how to use like the classroom and how to call in like visiting professors and stuff. It was either that one or the one that immediately followed it. I failed the mission at first because I was being too lax with my money. And that was when all of the gameplay mechanics really locked together, and it underscored, okay, I've been playing the tutorial this whole time. Now is where like the real challenge starts. And 2 Point Hospital, I haven't played really any of the expansions, but the base game is a very good game. You need to play a little ways into it to get to the point where it's not so easy you can fall asleep and wake up 8 hours later and still win. But if you enjoy it enough, and I think that it's a very enjoyable game, like, know that the challenge is there as you go for it. Also, just a random 2 Point Hospital fact, you are not really expected to get 3 stars, especially on those early missions, when you first start it. Like, you're supposed to like go back to them, not replay them, mind you, just return there later on after you have some more stuff, and that makes it extremely easy to get the 3 stars on those. So anyway, that little aside, and then I want to read what Dingus has to say, is that little aside is to say, it could be that what feels right now of like the cash in Evil Genius 2, that's a fun thing to forget what the name is that we're even talking about. It could be that the cash right now that feels so like, it feels just like a mana system. Like, yeah, I might run out of cash, but I'm always going to be able to make more than I'm losing, so it's not that big a deal. It could be that as we go further in, it's going to get a lot tougher. But yeah, I've played somewhat further and would like to do another stream of it now that I've unlocked a few more stuff, including my first henchman. If you'd like to see who my first henchman is, well, we will find a way to make that happen. Okay. Grey Wolf, please. All right, and as always, I'm just going to give this guy a quick skinning. Also, Dingus has answered the question. That's what he was saying. Simulator says yes. Oh, yeah, and so 2 Point goes crazy after a while. Dingus was saying, had to Google it, apparently cougars have 2.5 to 3 foot long tails. I had no idea. Yeah, neither did I. I have seen, like, regular house cats that have long tails, and I've also seen house cats that don't. You know, I'm sure it's a breed thing. I would have thought that a wild cat, like a lion or a cougar, would have comparatively short tails because it's something for an opponent to grab, right? It's something that... Hold on, let me put this on Redford. We're going to stow that. But don't worry, I'm going to sell it. It's just... I really like the fact that the skins stack the way that they do. All right, pick up Grey Wolf. And now I think we can sell everything all at once.
Right, let's see.
Okay, let's see. Poor cougar pelt.
Well,
Poor wolf
I
pelt.
can take it, I suppose.
Poor wolf carcass. Is there anything else I want to sell? Is there anything I have like 5 of? Like big game meat. I kind of want to sell that. Or cook it, though. I kind of want to cook that. Oh, the ravens. Crows, whatever. Yep, let's sell that. I thought I had more than just the one, though. Maybe the others rotted away. Can be sold. Okay, well, I guess I'll sell that. Cougar Fang. See, it doesn't say anything about crafting, so I'm going to sell anything that... Yeah, like the buck antlers here can be crafted. No. Claw from the badger. I don't remember killing a badger. Talon. Okay.
Much appreciated. Lightens my load.
I have a feeling that the rain cleaned us both up pretty well, but we'll brush Redford here. Oh, hello to Moo! I think the long tail is a balance issue. Oh, okay, and Sam Lander says, cats use their tails for balance, especially semi or arboreal cats like panthers. Okay, that's a good point. I had not thought of it. I was thinking, I was trying to work out what would be the evolutionary benefit of having a long tail, and there we go. Now, here's, like, rabbit hunting grounds. I gotta tell you guys, I don't think I'm ever gonna get perfect quality rabbit pelts. I think it requires a level of patience and perseverance that there's so much fun stuff to do in this game. I'm not sure that crouching in a bush and trying to kill rabbits with a small game arrow is going to do it. I'll tell you what, though. Let's get out the bow. And let me switch over to the small game arrows, of which I have 5. And that way, if we see a rabbit as we go... Oh, there's a snake there.
Hey, girl, easy. Okay.
Oh, yes, Dingus, Moo gave you a gift sub. So, yes, thank you again to Moo for that. I was saying, I don't know if you saw it, Moo, but in Mia's chat, I made the comment that, oh, yes, you did, because you replied to it. I was so disappointed that I missed out on the run that you successfully killed all of the mechanical bulls. We've talked, I think, on a previous episode here about the fact that Moo has been playing Serious Sam 4 and was stuck for a couple full episodes on this one challenge. See, that's a squirrel. I don't care about squirrel. And it was just like an infinite supply of mechanical bulls that were charging and throwing these bolos, and she would kill dozens and dozens of them, and they would still just keep coming. And she did beat it, and I was not there to see it. Everything okay here? Wait, what's happening here?
There we go.
This feels a bit like none of my business, but...
Hey, you don't want to involve yourself with this. Hey, get yourself out of there.
Yeah, what's it to you?
You don't want to see
This
what
what you
happens
want?
if you don't leave.
I'm willing to leave.
Smart move.
All right.
Don't overstep your boundaries.
That's fine. Sam Lynn is asking, yeah, Moo made it past that part. So, I'm going to share something that has been sort of a topic of conversation because we've got something of a ride here. So the other day, someone on Twitter, and I'm not here to start a feud because I don't feel like I agree with this, but this person is not here to speak for themselves, nor would they ever be. Big time YouTuber, somebody that, I saw on Twitter, made a remark about, let's go with, I can't think of a good name. Sean. Okay, so Sean, big time YouTuber, makes a post about how, actually makes a tweet that they're deleting a tweet because it had some sort of reference to a medical appointment. And they go, oh, well, I deleted that because the last time that I mentioned getting a blood test, somebody 3 weeks later, mentioned on Twitter that I was getting a blood test, somebody 3 weeks later came to my channel and said, oh, you never filled us in on how the blood test went. And what a creep. There's a creepy level of engagement. I'm not remembering the exact phrase. And that tweet, there was a little Twitter thread about this, about how this creepy person followed up about the blood test that was mentioned in public. That stuck with me for a couple days. And so this morning, we had the rare opportunity to wake up around the same time. We were talking some about this. Okay, we're going to leave the bounty hunters alone, so don't worry about that.
Please, get me out of this damn cave!
Yeah, no, I think we got involved in one of those before. It didn't work out so well. Oh, Moo is thinking that it's Sean. No, Sean's a whole other thing. I was thinking SHAWN, but in any event, this really stuck with me, and it occurred to me this morning as we were talking about it. The reason that stuck with me is that the only difference between me and the creep who asked about that is that I hadn't heard about it. Because I sort of live my internet life around the idea that if somebody raises a topic of conversation, then that topic is fair game. Not to harp on, not to chase somebody down around, but I mean, I'm gonna, I guess, roll the dice. I wouldn't normally have thought anything of this, but let's take Caroluna. Caroluna has mentioned here and on his own channel on a few occasions recently that he's having some back problems. And I can empathize with that because I have, as of recently, been having some real pain in the back of my neck and the shoulder blades, and it can really bother me. And I know at least, it's been much worse in previous times. So I know what that's like. So if Caroluna visits the stream later on, and I ask him, hey, Caroluna, hey, I just curious, how's your back? Has there been any improvement? Because you didn't mention it when we were checking in on a stream earlier that I saw. That's not because I have a bulletin board with lines of red string connecting Caroluna facts and that I'm, assembling my dossier for the operation. It's because Caroluna has brought it up. It's something that I know about. And I feel like it's a fairly average human thing to say, hey, how is that thing going that you've been concerned about? Similarly, Moo and Groomfy come in fairly frequently and they'll share an anecdote about their kids, a little vignette about what the kittens are doing, rather. What is...
Easy, easy.
Oh, that's a turtle. Okay, I was like, is that bird lying beak first in the mud? I couldn't figure out what I was looking at. I feel like it's okay if I say to Moo and Groomfy, hey, how are the kittens today? How are the kids? What's, everything cool? Everything okay? Just like spring break just ended or is ending this week and they're headed back to school. Again, I'm not opening up my file folder to look that up. It's because I like Moo, I like Groomfy, I like Caroluna, I like Markwack. I like the fact that people hang out here, and when they bring up something that's of interest or concern to them, ideally I'd like to be able to engage with them in conversation to demonstrate that I'm paying attention to them. I know what they care about. I felt terrible when I just recently found out that Diesel Jones is a semi-professional photographer, and I had no idea about that. I want to talk to him about his photography. So this is all me saying that, like, if it is creepy, and I'm going to look at chat in just a second, if it's creepy to follow up with somebody after the fact to say, you know, hey, how'd that work out? Is everything okay? I might be a big creep, you guys. Like, I don't know. I didn't think that that was that negative of a thing. Mostly the lesson that I learned from reading that Twitter feed is don't talk to that person about anything. Because if following up on a topic that they raise themselves is like some sort of inappropriate breach of decorum, I don't know what topic I could possibly raise with them that wouldn't be. And I don't, like I said, I'm not mentioning this person by name because I'm not looking to start a fight. I just don't get it. Before I talk with whoever this person is, let's just check chat because there might be some comments. And like I should say as I'm going to look at this, I'm open to being educated. I'm not saying that like my way is right. What I'm doing is saying like, this is the way that I would have thought about it. And there, but for the grace of God, goes like, I mean, I'm not the one that got publicly, but not by name, shamed by this whole thing. But if I'd seen that, I would feel horrible. So that's just me sort of thinking out loud. And that's the conversation that we were talking about today about why I kept thinking about that. Grumpy is going to lurk for a bit. Oh, and then Samalander. Oh, okay. Samalander was saying Sean or Sean. And then Moo was saying Shaun. Okay, all the possible spellings of Sean. Let's just take a quick look. So Moo says, so to finish up what I brought up in Angel's pun, I somehow landed on top of a herd of bulls and was bouncing along on top of them. And Auspicious Angel called it a moosh pit. And deserving of many gift subs. I'm very glad that that was received well. Moosh Pit was amazing, says Samalander. Hello to Centrifugal Force, who says, yes, it does. I might have... Or yes, it foes. Either way, Samalander says, what I'm getting out of this entire conversation, parasocial relationships are hard. I guess. I don't know. Like, I understand the difference between somebody that I have known for many years and somebody that I've come to know as a frequent visitor and chatter on the channel, or that I like their content. But it just like I said, maybe I should be quiet and read, because I sort of said let me just read because I want to hear what other people are saying. Moo says, I've been asking Carolyn about his back every day. Now I feel super creepy instead of caring. Thanks, Angel. Well, I am on your side that feels like an okay thing to be talking about. Moo and Groomfy come in. I would not call it bitching about the kids. Centrifugal Source 4 says, I've been sick and do not mean to derail. It's just been a day. But I'm currently being hit by the realization that I will be walking across the stage in less than 3 weeks. Is life even real? Thank you, Angel, for streaming. Give me a moment to breathe. Sometimes video games are all that makes sense anymore. By walking across the stage, like graduating? Wow, Force, that's so awesome. That is a big step. Like, I hear that there's some trepidation to that or some anticipation. Either way, it's a big moment, and I mean it. Congratulations. Samalander says, so my take, if I tell you a thing but don't follow up, it's okay if you ask, but it's not okay if you get mad that I say no when asked. Yes, that's also, like, that's another thing. I forgot to mention this. Sometimes, and I've done this, no, I don't think anyone's done this more than I have, I will raise a topic and then realize that for a variety of reasons, it's not well suited to be a conversation topic. And then I'll say, okay, let's find a way to extract from this in a way that doesn't feel unfair, but also let's move on. And I think that that's fair to say. So if on the topic of the medical test that I was, relaying by proxy, such a long, weird, complicated story now, it's perfectly cool for the person to say, actually, in retrospect, I probably shouldn't have brought that up, so I'm not going to be answering questions. That is completely fair. It's the kind of like, shaming as creepy. That's the only thing that I had a question about because, again, well, I've said my piece. Let's look at this. 3 weeks. Congratulations to Centrifugal. 4 says Samalander. 4 says Dude Me Too. Moo says don't bring up being sick because now we're all creeps if we ask you in the future how you're doing. 4 says literally me too. TFBC. BC is because, right? Because I've been worrying about and doing dye catalyst, and that's been my whole world for the last 5 weeks, and that's all I care about. Those are my babies. TF. I'm missing TF. Oh no. I think I got the gist of it though. Sam Leonard says, when it's not okay, I can't get mad if you ask me about a topic I raised myself. And you can't get mad if I decide that I've had enough of that topic. Yeah. Force says it's okay to ask. It's different in real life if you... Yeah, so let's also draw a difference between if you overhear somebody say something in a restaurant to someone else, yeah, don't talk about that. What am I locked in on? What happened to the beggar? All right, I don't know this guy, so he gets 25 cents.
Go get yourself something to eat.
Sir, I want you to have this.
Thanks, friend.
It's nice to give something instead of just begging.
Okay, that's cool.
I hate asking for money like a goddamn worm.
You could probably sell the special snake oil for more than 25 cents, though. Oh, what I was going to say is that, like, if you're sitting in a restaurant and there's a person at the table next to you that's having a conversation, you happen to overhear some of it, you do not lean into that conversation. Instead, you should probably find something... Oh, you know what? Hold on, I want to stop by the barber as well. You should probably find something to do to occupy your mind that doesn't involve listening to somebody else. I perceive there to be a difference between announcing something on Twitter, which is a public platform that, you know, people are encouraged to follow you because they like you and your content.
Grab a seat, let's get to work.
Yeah, so I feel like my beard has not been growing. Maybe it's starting is. I can't tell. Whoops, nope. Facial hair. Trim. Oh, yeah, see. Full styles. Okay, so I at one point went with extra clean shaven, and I was worried that that might have turned off the beard growth, but we can see now that we're out to regular clean shaven, so it is starting to grow back. Yeah, I don't care about that. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I hadn't accidentally turned that off, because I was just thinking, oh, let's get a nice close shave before we go interact with Mary. I wasn't intending to, like, turn that off entirely.
Okay, my girl.
Moo is also trying to work out what TF means. Thank fuck, troll farts, or tomato fuzz. Oh, sorry, sir.
What are you trying to do?
Just mosey down the street. You know, just stop by the saloon. I do not remember the last time that we got...
For the love of all that's holy, I'm talking money, people! Money! Do you want it or not? Buy this book!
Oh, I already talked to that dude.
Reasonably priced.
Hello there.
Oh, actually, we got a private message from someone who offered... What was it that they offered? There was some deal on the table if I open up that man's book and read the entire thing on stream. And we're going to reach back out to that person to see if they're serious. I have real doubts about reading like a 45-minute treatise on how to make money in the Old West, but
What do you have?
I'm game for a lot of stuff. I would like to have some prime rib.
Here you go.
TF is the fuck. Okay, I was agreeing with Sam about being blown away by that time frame. Yes, okay.
That's how the screw
Okay, that's pretty good. I don't want to play poker right now.
What's your problem? Thanks.
Yeah, it took me, I eventually had to look up things I've had to look up because no matter, there was no amount of context that exposed to me what the hell people were talking about. Rickrolling, it'll look that up on the internet. What the hell? Chemtrails. I heard about chemtrails for a very long time, and it was finally like, what the hell is anybody talking about? And then I looked it up, and it is very stupid. Like again, this is a thing that I'm not willing to have a conversation about. Like, we're not going to have a big back and forth on chemtrails. It's a fake-ass thing. It's very stupid. I laughed a lot when I saw that that was a thing, and then I realized, oh no, there's people that believe this. Now I feel very bad. I'm going to stop by the gunsmith. Maybe clean up the guns a little bit.
I need to run the shop. Please just do business as normal.
I'm working on it.
Tell me what you want or get out. Okay, but know that I am watching you like
Oh, you know what? I think I had to do customizing. But then again, let's see if he's got any new guns. Because there are some that haven't been available for purchase yet. I could buy the sawed-off shotgun. I don't really want to use it, though. Ah, semi-automatic shotgun. We can do this. Let's buy that.
I think that's the right choice for you.
Probably. I do love cutting people in half. Let's do some customization.
Would you be interested in me changing some of the parts at all? You made a good decision.
Okay, so far so good. Iron sights. Let's do it.
I've got some better stocks that would fit that gun. Can add to stability.
Yeah, see, this is purely cosmetic. I actually really like the straight grain and the wrap.
I have some better quality components if you're looking for the best.
Get that in there. And styles? I don't know enough about this to know what would look good or whatever. Yeah, let's get a darker color thing. I like that a little bit better. And then varnish. Let's go with that. Alright, and then ammunition. I don't think that I need very much about this, but... No, we're good on ammo. Okay, now the only other thing that I'd want to do here is... clean the gun. Clean the guns, sorry. Let me go back here. Sam Lander's very surprised I didn't know what rickrolling was. I just didn't hang out on any, like, forums where that was a thing. Where people would, like, post, like a link to something, and it is, in fact, some, you know, just Rick Astley. So I went, yeah, a really long time without having any what it was.
Looks like you've been taking good care of that gun.
Yeah, trouble is, I really need to... Yeah,
you ever
clean.
thought about getting some enhancements for that gun?
Nope.
Glad to see you're taking care of it.
I should probably just focus on the guns that I
can see you look after your firearm.
Use a whole bunch.
Looks like you've been taking good care of that gun.
Yeah, I haven't fired the varmint rifle in a million years.
So many people don't. Looks like you've been taking good care of that gun. Glad to see you're taking care of it. So many people don't. Looks like you've been.
Sorry, we're gonna get this bit of dialogue a whole bunch, unfortunately. I don't have to clean the hunting knife, do I? No. All right. Force says, also my stance is coming from someone born and raised in and by the Baltimore area and that lived in the Midwest and South. I keep to myself and would be weirded out by people asking about that. To be fair, I've not heard the first part of what the tweet or call out was specifically. We cultivate relationships online and we chat. It's not anecdotal and it's valid. I asked Luna about his back today and he said it's not worse, but not better. It's not creepy because it's in earnest and without malintent. If I was doing it to be a creep, then it would be weird. And I guess that's the thing about, like, what's the best way to communicate I was just asking because I was, if not concerned, then interested in, you know, your best health. Like, I don't know. And, like, I don't know if there's a universal answer. Like, people are individuals. They're going to take things differently. And my take on it is that this person who we're calling Sean probably just straight up forgot that it had been mentioned and then felt a little bit exposed when it was like, oh, not only did I bring it up, but people remember it.
Me, Charles Chatonnet, the painter.
Okay. What are you dressed up like that for?
Oh, I am a wanted man, persecuted for my art.
As bad as it is, I don't think that the art is the problem.
In Paris, they say leave, go far away. We will never understand you here. I say, I go to Saint-Denis. They say that is not far enough. It seems to me that they were right. But it doesn't matter. Now, I go to South Pacific. They always tell me the light there is perfect for my work.
Well, so long as they weren't telling you that just to get you on the other side of the world.
Perhaps. It doesn't matter. Help me get to the next ship. They are watching the port, and I need a chaperone.
Okay, come on.
Oh. I'll tell you what I won't miss. Civilization. So repressive, so stifling. I can hardly breathe in this city.
Yeah, I kinda know what you mean.
Why I thought I would find my way in a country founded by Puritans, I'll never know. I know those men. I shot on that bar. Quick, behind here.
I shat on their bar? Is that what I heard?
Stay behind here. Stay close, my chaperone.
This man and his horse are not interested in allowing us to stay behind that.
We are away. Come now, follow me.
Those fellas, you shat on their bar?
But of course, I needed to shit. Hey, come on. My fresh excrement was better than any of the drinks they served in there.
Remind me to avoid that place.
Arthur takes pretty much anything in stride, doesn't he? I want to catch up on chat as well, but...
Back. The moneylenders. We go another way.
A man owes us money. Hey.
We go through here. What's this? Quickly!
No!
Oh, it's nothing. I thought I knew him.
Please do not do that again. Now get moving, come on.
Hello.
So, wait. You ain't sold none of your work?
There is always a heavy demand for fresh mediocrity, but no lines of brilliance.
Sorry. Oh, that was a very good line.
Not so much.
The new kinds of...
The hole in the face. We go through there.
Where you going, pretty lady?
Anywhere you want, mon ami.
Oh my goodness.
This way, to the end of the docks.
Hello to Caroluna. Sorry, we're in the middle of a dialogue scene here. I hope that you're having a great Thursday, and
Hey, I may know these people.
But maybe something
if you're just joining, you've actually been a little bit of a topic of conversation. We will catch up on that in just a short time.
Bar shitting, money borrowing, wife stealing. You sure got a way of ingratiating yourself with people.
If the purpose of life was to be liked, it would be very boring indeed.
I've developed the feeling the purpose ain't to be hated.
Hate, love, they are the same. I provoke, I challenge, I amuse, do I not? With my impropriety, a mediocre life is meaningless. A bold life, filled with art and truth, dirty truth, that...
Look at you, pretty little thing!
Hello, boys.
Come on.
Come on back now, baby!
This dude seems like the 19th century or 1899, so 17th century version. No, I'm going backwards. 1899. Why am I having trouble working this out? 19th century version of like an internet shit poster.
Know who they're bunking with.
We have many weeks together. We will get to know each other well.
Well, good luck to all of you.
Relax. Hey, up here. She is my sheep. We made it!
Let's go.
Oh, no.
What is what?
I got it. He's out here.
Sir, I don't even know who you
Our
are.
friends, I'll deal with them.
I have a lot of fans around here.
Oh! That doesn't seem fair. You'll notice I'm not pulling my knife out because I don't need it, asshole. Thank God I had that beef sirloin.
Charles, come on. You better hope this ship's leaving soon.
Merci. All aboard for the South Pacific. Adieu. Merci, mon ami.
So long. If they don't like you in the islands, keep on going to the South Pole.
Ah, yes. I hear there the light is really fantastic. Au revoir.
Now, crime reported. Fuck you. God damn it. Okay. So I need to not be here when they investigate. And I can't swim, at least not far enough to make it to the docks. I can't.
Now, folks, the law's got this. Looks like we found a place. Ain't no mistake.
Sorry. I have to find a way to get past these cops.
Fan out.
Evening, sir.
Can't believe
Yeah, see, they're not going to stop looking as long as I'm in the area.
still empty here.
All right, let's see if we can sneak out. Hold on. Bum. Honest to God, my first thought here was, oh, I'll just jump in the water. Crap.
You hold it there. Freeze or die. Final warning.
Goddamn
You just leave.
No, you'll be good. That's a tackle, not an assault. Everyone get out of the way. It's time for Arthur Morgan. Why did I escort that weird dude? Can I steal one of these wagons? None of them have horses attached. Cool.
Somebody hit this fool already. Come on.
Please go. $10 bounty. That's what we're up to now.
Son of a whore!
Come on.
Please don't do it.
Oh, hey, we unlocked like drift running or something with Redford. I don't know how to do that though. It's never come up. Okay, I don't want to go that way. All right, we're gonna cut past here. So how do you do? Oh, maybe that's it. Okay, I'm gonna try to feed Redford something. I don't know if she likes to eat while we're at a dead gallop, but Okay, that just caught because.
Yeah, it's going to get away. Move it. Now, too quick. Hurry. Don't you lose.
This is as fast as she goes, and I think we've almost lost him. All right, let's let Redford's stamina come back up. Nope. Okay, let's... Okay, this... I don't think she's scuba rated. Come on, I just have an E and a D. Oh, thank God. Now, they're probably still there, which means that I need to get myself to, what's it called? Mail place. Mail. Where do you do that? There. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to, check on chat. But I have a... This is something that, like, exists in real life, and you can tell that I'm sort of into a game when a video game will violate it. I like my personal space. I don't like to get grabbed or, like, have somebody sort of, like, right up in my face unexpectedly. It's not to say that I'm phobic, but, like, just having, like, a stranger spin around and grab me, and in this case, the way that Charles did, just plant one right on Arthur. It's like, hey, take 3 steps back, buddy. This happened to Cassandra a lot in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Like, there'd be some cutscene where somebody would be, like, trying to intimidate her and, like, get really right up in her face. And I was like, no, you know, you gotta take several steps back, or else my blade is gonna do the rest of this conversation. Moo can feed her face while running. Mail or mail place. I am mostly interested in the postal variety, but there's benefits to both sides. Okay, so Carol Luna's turning in. So, Carol Luna, just on your way out, the topic, and I would want to scroll back, but the topic of conversation specifically was, I mean, I think at its heart, I hope your back is feeling better at all. I did hear on your stream the other day that it had, like, regressed and it had gotten worse again. I hope that it passes quickly, and that was the most of it. The rest of the conversation was just using that and that topic as a comparison point for, like, just knowing something that somebody's going through, where you have sort of like an online relationship and you've come to know them and, you know, want them to do well, and you know that they're sort of in a rough spot and you want them to be doing okay. So that was the whole conversation. It was very much like, hey, here's something that I happen to know about Caroluna. I hope that he's doing well. So that was the whole thing. And he is saying that it's a bit better now. All right, let me just get this bounty paid down, and then we'll probably head on over to the next mission, which I think we're going to do that JBC thing over there. Pay bounty.
Happy to help you start over.
All right, and let me just get my hat off the horse. Whoops. All right, I always... There's so many, like, different versions of this menu that... There we go. Oh, dear. No, okay, that all looks okay.
Let's go, girl.
All right, quick timeout just for any conversation about the topic, because we got all, like, I'll outlaw you there for a second. Let's see. So Simulator was asking, how on earth did you not know about Rickrolling? Yeah, that, like I said, I was just not in that space at the time. Let's see. Oh, and so I saw this from Dingus as well, that the wrap causes the weapon's condition to decrease slower, assuming that that's true, because I don't know if he's guessing or if that's an actual fact. That's awesome, and I'm going to put wraps on everything. I like that and didn't realize that it was a thing. Force says there's a broader conversation to be had about how well you know someone and how much you can ask. Like if someone in this small community was struggling with marital issues or fertility issues, that's another thing entirely than an illness or a job. Yeah, I think for me, the way that I think about it is the threshold is the topic is it, if a stranger came in, could they use this information as a cudgel to hurt someone? Like, I don't know how anyone would go after Caroluna about the fact that his back hurts. Like, you can't really attack somebody about that. But if somebody was, as Force is saying, you know, experiencing like marital issues, well, that's going to be a real, I would think, probably a real delicate topic. And to have a lot of conversation and speculation and spreading of that information, all to no benefit, by the way. Like, there's nothing constructive about that. That wields way too, leans way too close to gossip. So that is the kind of topic that I wouldn't want to engage in. So that's another point of, like, at least how I think about it. And I think that Forrest and I are probably on a similar wavelength there. Dingus says, yeah, to circle back to that topic, I think in the past that a streamer has been accused of, or rather his fans, have taken the parasocial relationship too far. I think he's probably overcorrecting and coming off as too abrasive, but I agree with anything mentioned in public is fair game. Yeah, I think, like, to me, it's sort of like, do I feel that it was announced in public? Like, then there's the question of, if you wouldn't lean into a conversation that two people are having at a next door table at a restaurant, is it fair to talk in, if like two people are conversing in like the Twitter replies to a thread, because they're talking to each other, not to you? That's where it gets real sticky. And I don't know we're going to hammer out any hard and fast rules for internet interactivity. Centrifugal Force is saying, I don't know who or what we're talking about, really sorry. That's my fourth message on the subject. It's just been a roller coaster of a day for many reasons, but I'm diving into a normal conversation to turn off the other part of my brain for a bit. Angel missed my first message on the topic, but it's okay. Did I? Let's go back to that. So we had the fuck, and Force says, just came back from the ENT. Optom tomorrow. Oh, maybe, optometrist, I bet. I agree it's okay to ask. No, it's not creepy, because these are parasocial relationships, and if you mention something on chat or in stream, it's mostly fair game, unless maybe it's like a death or something. People are not entitled to specifics, in my opinion, are entitled to ask. Yeah, I guess the thing is, I think like we're all on a similar, I think that we all mostly agree that it's fair game to ask about something, and also fair game to choose not to answer. Like, I feel like that's all fair. It's the, yeah, I think that we all get it. Grumpy said, look, you had the option of not committing the crime, but by stopping the game, stopping the gameplay, so you know your fault. Yes, I could have quit the game. That is true. And then there would have been no fist fight and no $10 bounty. Moo like the goddammit. That's a tackle, not an assault. Yes, that is, in fact, I think, legally defensible. I was playing, tackle football for a very, very short interval of time. Forces, I'm sure Angel will for Luna, but I do need a brief summation of the situation or tweet. So the brief situation was a person, and like I said, so Force, just to sort of repeat in brief summation, I am not looking to like start a feud with this person. The topic, though, was a person on Twitter The only thing that I saw was that they were saying, oh, so I decided to delete that tweet, a tweet that I never saw, because I realized that anytime I mention anything medical, it yields to a bunch of like creepy over, not indulgence, over interest, something like that, and then relayed the story of the time that this person had mentioned that they were going in for a blood test, and then 3 weeks later somebody mentioned on their channel, oh, you never let us know what happened with the blood test. How did that go? And the point that I was making is that, like, yeah, like if I know that somebody is concerned about or suffering with something, I might check in with them from time to time just to see how they're doing. And that's not an attempt to be creepy. And like, Forrest, if you weren't here, the example that I was using was that I'm not, you know, opening up my file cabinet of all of the facts that I've learned about somebody. I'm just sort of remembering, oh, that's right. Like in our sort of touchstone conversation, you know, we all know that Carolyn has been in a lot of pain with a bad back. I feel like it's okay to ask him about that, and that if it's a week or two later, like, oh, you know, you haven't really mentioned it, or I haven't seen, how are you doing? That's not, I don't think that's creepy. That's sort of the topic.
Hey, I'm looking for Boyd Calloway and the man writing a book about him. This the riverboat they're staying on?
Yes, sir, they're here. Around this time, Mr. Calloway usually enjoying a drink on the observation deck. You can follow me. If you're quick, you might catch him sober.
I was just thinking it might be a little bit hot for this jacket.
My friend with no name. You found us.
Sure.
How did you get on?
About how you'd expect.
Well, any good anecdotes?
Anecdotes?
From the old days.
Well, to be honest, things went a little differently. I did shoot a lot of people. I thought that's sort of what you wanted.
Well, I'd, yes, that'll be fine. Do you think anyone noticed it was you?
Noticed? I think the people I shot noticed.
I mean, do you think anyone would mind if we said he'd done it? Boy Calloway.
Sure, I don't care. Just as long as
Share the money? Of course I will. Literature is a filthy business, but sometimes it pays well, especially when you lie.
Great.
That's so goddamn fast. What the hell's going on here?
Nothing.
Who's this grass snake?
You know, I don't know.
Have you been being me?
I'm nobody, buddy.
Well, I'm somebody! And I can't have any nobody being this somebody, you goddamn... I don't know what the goddamn you are, but trust me, it ain't nothing I want to be, so you can't be me.
What a way with words.
Damn you, Theodore Levin! You're a snake! Damn you! Hey, damn you, nobody!
Hey, I'm already damned.
Oh, God. But I can't take credit for that which I... Them says I didn't. I'm an old man. Just never happened to Achilles, to Gawain, nor Caesar. It can't happen to me. I'm gonna kill both of you.
Yeah, calm down.
I'm a legend!
Yes, you are.
All right, well, let's prove it one more time.
I don't have to prove nothing to you, nobody.
No, of course you don't. But maybe you need to prove something to you.
You got quite a way with the words. Maybe you should write my book and we should kill Plato here.
Why?
Let's not. Now, come on. Who shall we kill? I mean, you kill, I mean.
Ah, damn. I slayed my dragons years ago. I'm a tired old man.
Now, you're drunk and you're bored and you're a mess.
Well, I always hated Slim Grant. Oh, he killed my cousin. But that was years ago.
Well, where's Slim Grant? Who's Slim Grant?
This is him. An old friend of Mr. Calloway's.
He ain't no friend of mine.
He's state marshal now, out of Annesburg.
State marshal? Make a damn cousin killer state marshal, do they?
All right, I'll go get him.
Great. We'll wait for you at Brandywine Drop.
All right, just sober up and start practicing. Otherwise, this won't be a book. It'll be a memorial.
Whatever you say. You know what? I kind of like that fella.
I do not understand why we are allowing a man who appears to be not entirely in command of his faculties, to wave around what appears to be a loaded revolver. And that he was aiming it directly at Arthur Morgan for a lot of that conversation. Like I said, personal space. I don't want to be at the other end of your gun. Okay, sir, I just really need to get around you. So, I may or may not be on a quest, or have the ability to go get a quest. Okay, I can go up here. I want to see this one through. Like, yeah, there's this right here, but I'm sure I'm going to come back to that riverboat. So why don't we go up north? I'm trying to get back to the road. I'm just stuck on this dock right now. Also, it's because I'm not getting closer to the road. So Dingus was saying that the writer there sounds very familiar. If somebody looks it up and that's a voice actor or an actor, I might recognize it, but at the moment I'm not pulling it up in terms of, like, who that might be. Forrest is saying, I didn't realize that Jonah Hill was in that game. That is I bet he could play that character in the real world. Hey, on that topic, they have announced that they are doing a Ghost of Tsushima movie, which is cool.
Hey, friend. Come here a minute. Trust me. You want to hear this.
I kind of doubt that I want to hear
interested in
it.
some quick money? I am talking real quick. Yeah, now, it's too open here, but, follow me. We'll chat.
Okay. Sure. Let's go have a conversation.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Don't worry, this isn't for you.
Wow, it's all right. Merci.
All right, so here's what I have in mind.
Okay, that doesn't feel fair.
You can just tell with some folk. Come on, let's see what he has and don't.
Health core's empty. Health regenerates slower. Sleep or eat. Now, here's the real question. How much money did I lose? I had almost $2,000. Oh, I lost like 400. Health core's empty. Okay, well, health core being empty I can do something about. I want to know if I can... I'm looking to see if there's any tracks that I can follow. Okay, my health core is manifestly not empty. I didn't even look, because I was trusting what the tutorial said. It is not empty. It's golden. I actually had it fortified. So that's it? I just lose $400? It looks that way. So, where I was going with that is... there were some conversations about who should play Jin Sakai, and I saw some people saying, well, how about the person who played Jin Sakai in the game? Like, that's an actor who played that role. Now, here's one thing I don't know. Pending additional information, I would assume that that actor... actually, maybe I shouldn't make any assumptions. I have no idea if that actor also voiced the character, or which voice, or maybe both, were done. I didn't pay attention to the game to that degree in terms of like who played the voice. There was an American voice actor, and then a Japanese voice actor, and then probably some others as well, as it was localized. So, I don't happen to know, does that actor speak English? And also, screen acting or stage acting is a different skill set than motion capture or voice acting, which I suspect is mostly, well, actually that would have been entirely what that guy did, assuming that he was even anything more than the physical character model. I do not know. So, yeah, my first thought is hire the guy that actually played Jin Sakai, assuming that he also did any of the action scenes and stuff. I think that he'd be excellent for it. But I can also see why, based on having more information, that might not be the best fit. Yeah, see, it's 70 degrees, but then again, now it's raining. I'm going to try to follow the road here. Forrest is saying, okay, not saying they couldn't do it, but it's how you're trained. Many actors can't voice act. I imagine it works the other way around as well. Yes. One of the great mysteries in life to me was when they made a Tomb Raider movie and they did not cast Camilla Luddington to play Lara Croft. Because Camilla Luddington is not only a voice actress who plays Lara Croft, but also a live actress. Like, I don't know what you call it. Also an actor. She's on television. I don't know if she still is, but she was on Grey's Anatomy for a number of years. And also looks exactly like Lara Croft. So it seems like it would be a natural fit. And that's not me being mad at Alicia Vikander? I think that's her name. I actually thought she did a very good job. And after I saw the movie, I did get it. Like, they wanted to have a Lara Croft who was, like, very, very muscular to do some of these, action sequences. And it made sense seeing it then. But at the time, I was like, why are you casting for Lara Croft? You literally have one who plays Lara Croft. She's already perfect for the role. And then I got it. So I guess that's more of an example of, based on additional information that came, I was like, oh, okay, now I get it. Also, Force is saying maybe she just didn't want to do it. That is also possible. I'll tell you this, if I was making a Tomb Raider movie, Camilla Luddington would have first right of refusal on the role. Actually occurs to me right this moment, I don't know if she's British because she does not play a British person on Grey's Anatomy, or did not when I used to see that show. Sam Leonard says, listen to your voice more, you'll come to like it more. Unless you have some dysphoria about it, then don't do that. That reminds me of those drug commercials. I very much enjoy all of the drug commercials that say, if you are allergic to Falderall, do not take it. How do I know if I'm allergic to it? I mean, I guess if I'm allergic to the things in it, but I also don't necessarily know what's in it. Sam Leonard says, after many years of doing this, I presume streaming, that he likes his voice. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I like your voice, too. I do not want to play what appears to be Five Finger Fillet, but it looks like we're going to have some sort of stranger here. I have not been to this place before. Can you hitch your horse next to, like, right next to somebody else's? Is this like going up to, like... Like, well, let me go in here, find out what this is about.
Please. No. Bertram, say no.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Friends for life, we said. And now the two of you betrayed me at once. Imagine saving people, taking them to your breast, and metaphorically, I mean, like a mother, caring and raising them, and then they go and stab you in the back. Have you ever betrayed a close friend? I hope not.
Well,
Treachery. And these are sad, low, unlovable people, and I made them stars, dreamers, entertainers, and they... Oh, no, now family's not enough. No, he's gone off alone. My little tiny magician has gone and stabbed his mama in the back. Oh, fuckity. No, Bertram! Woof, woof! Bertram, put the nice man down. Do something, you'll eat him.
Easy there. Easy there! Sorry!
Bertram!
I don't want to fight this guy.
needs is a good sleep.
I really don't want to fight this guy.
Bertram!
Bertram got a whoopsie. Ah, mean.
Think about what you're doing here.
No fair.
Mister, I thought you was gonna deal with this.
Who's talking now?
Ugh.
Huh?
Come here, Bertram. Oh, yes, Marjorie's here. No one's gonna hurt you ever again.
Mama, you should keep that thing in a cage.
You should think about who you're serving. Give me a beer, will you?
Don't worry, we'll pay for what we broke. Come here, Bertram. Oh, no one looks after you like Mama does. No one cares for you like I do. Especially not that Magnifico.
But he's my friend.
Yes, well, if he were your friend, he'd be here, wouldn't he? He wouldn't have abandoned us. Oh, you wouldn't have gotten that whoopsie, would you?
Whoopsie heart.
I know. Mama's gonna make it all better. But first, you gotta tell me where that little worm ran off to,
Bertram promised.
Yes, well, Magnifico made a promise too, huh? He made more than a promise. He made a contract and he broke it. So, you just tell me exactly where he is and then we will all be even. That's my boy.
He's camping in the woods.
Why didn't you tell me in the
I
first
think I
place?
hate this woman.
You
I think I
just
hate this
apologize
woman.
to these men.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You gave me a whoopsie.
Hey, you just stay away from that sherry now, you hear?
Bertram likes sherry.
Oh, don't you get him started. Thank you for all of your help, Mr. Stranger. If you see that slippery little fella sleeping rough out there, would you just make a little racket and then we'll come along and we'll find you?
I could try.
Oh, his name is Magnifico. You'll know him when you see him. Come along, Bertram.
So, all of that felt bad. No, I don't want to find Magnifico. And if I do, I'm not gonna make him go back with that woman.
You all right, girl?
Okay. Let me stop by the fence since I've accidentally found one. Yeah, as Sam Linder says, alright game, you've mostly been enjoyable. I don't know that I have a lot of language that felt super gross, and I didn't like any of it, and... Okay. Okay, I don't think I can go in there, so we're gonna work our way around.
Well, hello there, mister. Is it your first time here? See the wolfskin by the back door? The hairy beggar was waiting in here for me one morning. Can't bear to part with it now. All right, let's have a wee look.
Alright, so I'm definitely not selling that. Anything that's unique, again, I don't want to sell. But if I picked up any watches... Oh, wow. Whoa, I actually don't have anything specific to sell right now. Interesting. Wow, I've really been slacking off on the murder and looting. Okay, fair enough. I don't think there's anything to craft, and probably nothing to buy, but let me just take a quick look. Oh, yes, I want to have maximum dynamite all the time. Yep, get that. Moonshine? Nah. Well, then again, I have 0 of it. Let me grab a couple moonshines.
Either drink this or ride your horse, but never both.
I just hope nobody's missing this too much.
It is the undeniable fact that that woman is really horribly exploiting Bertrand, if I caught his name correctly. And okay, sorry, that one's gonna take a second to shake off.
Which way's north? Hey, lady. Hey, I need some help.
What's up?
I don't know this place well. My sense of direction, it ain't good. Hey, where's the train station? Going around in circles here.
Head on that way. You'll find it.
You are a gentleman, sir. Yankee ship came down the river.
What possible reason would you have to mislead that person? So, MF is Magnifico. Okay, so I can go there. So I kind of want to follow up on that specifically to see, like, can I help Magnifico get away?
Oh, boys, blow.
But if, on the other hand, if I go there and the story just continues on with turning whoever Magnifico is back over to that horrible person, that's not going to feel good. So that's why I'm going to continue on my path for now, and then we're going to see how that shakes out. Force says, so many people in this game are just off their rocker or down on their luck or both. Yeah, that feels like a sort of a Rockstar staple. As a general rule, people that are well-to-do are lascivious crooks, and everyone else in the world is a huckster, a hustler, a shyster, a some sort of like a preachy moralist who wants to like dictate to other people. It's not a very bright-eyed view of society that Rockstar has. I do feel like a lot of those characteristics are very much toned down in Red Dead Redemption, as opposed to Grand Theft Auto, which basically beats you about the head and neck with its social messaging. Okay, yeah, that's not where we have to be. Okay, so there's somebody to talk to. Let's go see this person here.
I told you not to go out bear hunting. You never know good at your food. I'm a great hunter. Caught unawares by the trap is. It's you, my friend. This guy's your mysterious savior.
Did good, girl.
Hey,
howdy.
come over here. I was just telling my friend here about how I nearly died out there one night. Sounds like quite a tale. Here's an idea. Gunsmith's a friend. Pick out what you want, and I'll pick up the tab. It's Jenkins. Ooh, yes indeed. Anything for you, buddy. Anything.
You are nothing if not generous.
That's kind of you. Thanks.
You're very welcome, friend. All the best.
I'll keep it in mind, but I pretty much have everything that I want off the gunsmith. Force says, thank you for the break from reality. I'll still be here, just grateful. Force, if I can in any way help people to take their mind off of the pressures of the real world and just sort of like reset and enjoy some time diving into a fun video game, that's a very high compliment. I appreciate it very much.
Looks like we got a
You. I'm looking for Slim Grant, State Marshal. Heard you boys know where to find him.
Oh, Mr. Marshall was here last week. I think he headed up to Beaver Hollow looking for some outlaws.
Is he coming back?
Sure, when he catches them fellers he's been after.
Well, how long's he been gone?
Well, a couple of days.
Well, you ain't gonna go look for him?
If your boss's boss, who you all hated, went missing, possibly dead, at the hands of a bunch of violent wanted men, would you go looking for him?
Well, yeah, probably, because I'm a fool.
Well, when he's dead, maybe I'll become marshal. I'll be a hero riding a horse from town to town, mister. Think of that.
Good luck with those dreams.
Okay, Outlaw Camp. I bet it's not within walking distance. Nope. Okay. Also, this has got to be too hot for this jacket. At issue is, I am very, very comfortable in the real world, so I have a tendency to think that Arthur is very comfortable, and this is probably swelteringly hot. Let's see. I want to come here and horse, and we're going to switch this out to the Summer Gunslinger.
Okay, girl. I make no bones for my testament. For my testament is science, and science is God, sir. So help me, God, so strike me down. We are killing ourselves. Killing ourselves fast and hard and nasty. Laugh you may, sir. The world is in balance, and the balance is off. I know, it sounds crazy. But look around you. Look around and learn and weep.
Hey there.
Read this book. It is the future of American science.
Sure. I probably won't read it.
Thank you.
Scoff
Okay, illuminating oils.
deride not. I speak the
Experiments
truth.
in future of
Killing
electricity.
this land. Killing it with greed. Killing it with
Okay.
science. I am a scientist.
Okay.
Land
Whatever this
will
guy's
boil.
going on about.
The sea will dry up. The world will heat.
Force wants to take a second one and take all of his copies.
Shall burn.
The thing is, so, like, we've encountered, like, get-rich-quick guys and other people that did not survive the encounter. I have no idea what this guy's on about, and I don't feel inclined to read his literature. Captain Dingus is saying at least this one didn't cost $50. Very true. Although if that person was serious, the $50 of in-game currency spent might have been a bargain. But we'll see. I'm also enjoying the fact that, to the fullest extent of my memory, which is deeply imperfect, I don't think that we've heard this song before that's playing right now. There must be 25 hours of music in this game. Oh, I know that Force said that she might be going AFK, but sort of listening in the background. I was going to ask, so a friend of a friend, we'll say, said that in science class back in, like, I don't remember if it's high school or college, but the teacher actually had a thing where, like, he would put liquid nitrogen into his mouth for a few seconds and then spit it out. And that doesn't seem like a good idea for a couple reasons, and I was curious if that was possibly a true story. Like, it's sort of like when somebody, you know those gas jets that they have in, this is a terrible story. Those gas jets they have in science labs, like, I was personally present with a science teacher who lit one of those on fire to demonstrate, A, it's gas, be careful around it, B, there's no air in the line, so the flame isn't going to travel back up the spigot and cause any sort of explosion. Nonetheless, this is dangerous, and be aware of it, and don't allow the gas to flow into the room. So, I mean, sometimes people do things that seem surprising in order to prove a point about science. Also, oh my gosh. Well, first of all, let me just take a quick look. Samler is saying, yes, you can do that. Force is also agreeing, yes, you can do it. Don't breathe it in. Force is saying, hey, is your name Force? Yeah, I guess my concerns go along, A, it'd be very cold, B, liquid nitrogen is a like liquefied gas. So as it warms up, oh, capture some Grant alive. I'm doing a terrible job of this. Why am I doing this? Oh, right, because I wanted to bring him to his buddy. So I have like 3 seconds before I get seen, and I don't have the best gun to do this with. Hold on a second. Let me get something else. Oh, let's try the semi-auto shotgun. I haven't actually fired this yet. I think we've been made. Okay, so I think the last person I need is to... Oh! Oh, he got captured. Okay. I could have killed all these guys. I was being very careful about who I shot because I thought that the red X was the person that I was supposed to be helping, and that's not the case. And I've accidentally picked up a gun.
Praying for someone like you to come, son.
All right, I'm gonna go help the man who I believe is in a cage or something.
Over here.
So Carolyn is saying, yes, you can do it. It's the Leidenfrost effect. So I can't imagine that liquid nitrogen would taste like very much, but what does it do? I would think that it would warm up comparatively quickly and then become a gas. And I know that, like, the air we breathe is mostly nitrogen. I just don't know, like, it's not toxic. It's also not oxygen. I guess it's just a very, odd question. Okay, so here's the guy that we want.
Grant. State Marshal. Slim Grant.
Okay. Let's get you out of here.
Yes. Indeed, son.
Sam Lander is agreeing that nitrogen is not oxygen. I'm glad that I at least have that
favor, Mr. Grant.
bit of
Nothing big.
chemistry
I'll
down.
explain on the way. You might as well relax.
This is real peculiar.
Let's go for a ride.
Oh, we got our music back again.
Yeah, I know. Just sit tight. All will be revealed.
Now you gonna tell me what the hell is going on here?
Okay, let me just see if we're likely to be able to overland it. Yeah, not really. So I actually want to head to the east here.
Was, before you got so short with me.
Whoops.
Son, what the hell are you up to?
I'm taking you to see an old friend of yours. It's a reunion of sorts.
Will you stop being so damn cryptic?
I'm telling you all I can. It's a job. Someone wants to see you. I'm taking you to them.
What if I don't want to see them?
Well, that's a good argument for keeping that rope around your wrist.
I'm a state marshal, and this is an abduction.
Horse shit, I'm saving you. This is just a little detour on the way to liberty.
I will prosecute you for this, you insubordinate bastard.
There you go again, Mr. Grant. Ain't doing yourself no favors.
What's your name, son?
I ain't got no name, and I ain't your son. Sit tight. I'll take you to your friend, and this will all be over.
Oh, not for you, it won't be.
Whatever you say.
So I have to confess, I was.
This is it. Down here, it's almost over, Marshal Grant.
State Marshal Grant.
Yeah.
I was very distracted during the conversation that led up to this mission by the guy that was waving a gun in my face, so I didn't exactly pull together what the whole purpose here is. I guess we're going to find out in a very short amount of time. I know that this is like a former bad guy that the gunslinger used to know.
I think so.
Did you kill his cousin back in '82?
Whose cousin?
My cousin.
I never shot no one didn't deserve it.
You shot Jed Calloway.
And I told you then I'd shoot you too. And I would've if you'd shown up.
I was there.
No, you weren't. You left town.
You take that back.
But I don't care now. It's nigh on 20 years ago. We're old men. We're lucky.
Fight me.
You're an old man.
Come on, fight me.
It's a bit late, isn't it?
God damn you! Oh!
Well, that settles that then.
Shot him in the back. I shot him in the goddamn back.
And these things happen.
God damn you, goddamn both of you!
Well, now calm down. Who cares? You should have shot him 20 years ago. He's dead now.
You are a sickness scum like you and you, Plato. Come on, draw!
Why?
I said draw, goddammit!
No.
Yes!
I fail every one of these. Yep. So, at issue is, I think I know what button I need to push to fire the trigger. I think it's just right trigger again, and I always flub it. So, before we retry, let me just go take a quick look. So Dingus said when I got I read this and now I can't remember if we read it aloud. When I got a call at a job center, they'd record some of your calls and make you listen to them. I hated listening to them. I'm somewhat used to it now, just a little uncomfy though. Yeah, I've not known very many people that like the sound of their own voice. I do have to wonder, like, Tashir must like the sound of his own voice. Like James Earl Jones, like there must be people like Michael Caine. He's got a great voice. I like listening to Michael Caine. So Force says 150 for announcements and frame, and 50 for cap and gown, and photographer if you so choose. Highway robbery. So those must be the graduation costs. It's simultaneously a once in a lifetime event, and also it's a once in a lifetime event. Fun fact. I feel like this is something that I can reveal without giving too much away. I did not attend my college graduation because I did not care. I was very glad to be graduate. I worked very hard to do that. I very much liked the people that I went to school with, but I had other plans with actually some of those same people, and as a result, did not go. Just had the diploma mailed after the fact. Then we had the conversation about hating the woman who was with Bertrand. Yeah, that... just taking a quick look through. Now, I did see, because Force was saying, oh, I can't believe that Angel missed the science beef. Oh, no, I saw that Samalander knew the answer first and slipped it in there. Samalander says the flame won't travel up the spigot unless there's air leaking in. Then you'd better hope that your flash suppressor is correctly installed. It's so cold that the lead-in frost effect keeps it from touching your mouth. Oh! So is that what it is? That it... Actually, that doesn't... I still don't know what that means. Because my first thought is that the liquid nitrogen, as it gets close enough to your mouth, it is actually warming up so fast that it's turning gaseous, and therefore the liquid itself never makes contact. But that doesn't sound correct based on what Samlander says. Samlander also likes science. Read up, Angel. Okay, yes, I have done that. Carolina got it. And also, Samlander is saying the toxicity is based on the configuration of the nitrogen, which I did not know about. Force says we have a physics professor at one of the Bedlam colleges in state who would do that stuff to show that he has... who should do that stuff to show off, and he has microfine cracks in his teeth now. Like putting the liquid nitrogen in his mouth? I wouldn't want that. We started to watch a video of some guy who was like, it was like, you know, when science, when being a physics professor makes you a real boss or something like that. And the whole thing was that he had like a weight on a pendulum, and he swung it over and smashed the glass. And then he stood right where the glass had been, and he held the pendulum in his hands, and he was making the note that due to the conservation of energy, if he stands right here and he touches that weight to his chin, then when the pendulum swings away and comes back, it physically cannot rise up high enough to hit his chin. However, if he adds any positive force to it at all as he lets it go, he will be killed by this. And I understand, I'm just letting you guys know, I understand intellectually that YouTube does not allow you to upload a snuff film of a person getting smashed in the face to death by this heavy weight that's swinging back and forth on a pendulum. I know for a 100% absolute fact that the demonstration goes off without a hitch, and he does not get smashed to death in the face. And I still said, I'm not watching this. And I stopped the video. I do not know if anyone else went back and watched it afterwards, but I could not watch that video. I know how it ends, and I still couldn't do it. Anyway, let's see how many more times I'm getting shot in the head by this guy. No, not restart mission. Oh, I thought it was going to be faster than this. Yep. All right, let me try this again. Okay. I'll just shoot you in the ankle. How's that?
Shit, indeed. Still, at least now you got an ending to your book.
He's dead.
Oh, don't you start now.
No, I'm not starting. I'm happy. I'm free. I can finally go back to writing westerns instead of being in one.
He was pretty wild. And I know some wild people.
He was certainly complicated.
I'm sorry I shot him.
No. And you didn't shoot him. He did. In the back. After he mortally wounded Slim Grant. Fair and square.
Yes, that's it.
Last of the gunslingers.
Well, more or less, I guess.
There's more?
Oh, there's always folk who shoot you in the back and then rewrite history.
Oh, hey! Where do I send the money?
Send it to Tacitus Kilgore. No, that ain't my real name.
God, I love the way that this game looks. So Forrest is asking, does damage to your hat actually accumulate? No. Because if it did, it would just be tatters. It has been shot off my head multiple times. Callaway's revolver, sure. And... you know something? I know that if I drop Midnight's pistol, I'm not going to lose it, and yet it still bothers me, so... Stupid horse. Get over here. Okay, let me just... Oh, I cannot put it away. Okay. Well, let me grab the one that I care about the absolute least. Probably double action revolver? Yeah. Just in case. I'm very paranoid about losing one of my unique guns. I'm gonna switch this one out for, this guy right here. Yep. Nope. Do it. Do the thing. Come on. Oh my god. There we go. And can I look at that? Yes, I can. A rare Schofield revolver plated in silver with Canis Canum Edit engraved down the side of the barrel. Previously belonging to the late gunslinger Jim Boy Calloway, who was shot in the back by the coward Slim Grant. This gun has an ammo capacity of 6 rounds and can use regular high-velocity split-point express and explosive revolver ammo. I want explosive revolver ammo. That sounds like a great time. All right, let me loot this dude. Oh, I got negative honor points for that. I had nothing to do with this man's death. Who cares what he has in his pockets? Let me just see what this looks like. This is the least objectionable other hat that I've seen in the entire game. If I take this hat, can I switch it later? Oh, you know what? I bet I could put it onto, what's-her-face? Hold on a second. Horse? Oh, no, I can't. Oh, but I can switch back to my regular hat. Now I've pulled a Super Mario 64. I've duplicated hats. However, I do think that I've permanently lost the white hat. Okay, well, it's worth a shot. Force likes the horses in this game and cannot wait to have time to play. Probably won't be able to until after graduation. Well, I hope that you enjoy it as much as I do, and I know that Mia has been... Mia has, 500 hours, and I don't think that she's exaggerating on that either when she says that she's got 500 hours in the online mode. I need a snack. Either that or we've got to stop in town at some point. Pardon me. I think what I'm going to go do next is we're going to go see Magnifico because of those of us in chat, I feel like there's a high degree of... We're probably more invested at this moment in seeing that particular storyline through to whatever conclusion it's going to have. I will say this. What I want is an option to let Magnifico go his own way. And, well, actually, I think they said he. And also, I would like Bertrand to be able to go with them. And maybe we just free them both from that awful woman. So I'm actually, my health core is actually very low. So I'm going to have some canned salmon. And I could use a little bit more lightning bolt as well. Let's see if I can, canned kidney beans would be okay. Anything that gives me back more lightning? Canned apricots. That'll be a nice little aperitif. Hello to First Ben Joseph. So actually, I did miss part of the Leiden Frost effect. And I'm not sure... So, one thing that's important to me is that I do like the idea that we do keep the game rolling as much as possible. I do want to roll back. So, but First Ben Joseph is here, and Force says, I almost went to school for astronomy. Not at my current institution. I know it's very unscientific of me to say this, but I feel as though fate and my life purpose is toxicology forensics, because everything keeps pulling me back. I mean, sure, it's probably not scientific to talk about fate, but there's certainly nothing wrong about following along with something that you enjoy, that you... I guess there's a difference for me between saying that somebody can feel a calling towards something versus saying that scientifically a calling exists, if that makes sense. Force is expressing that many things keep pulling her back to the, toxicology studies and stuff like that. And I say, if you enjoy doing it, rock on. Like, keep going with that. You know, for all we know, you also would have enjoyed astronomy, and maybe you do, but I know that scientists tend to get very specialized in, you know, one field and then oftentimes one specific thing in that field. Like, that can be a thing that happens as you climb the ranks and get more and more educated and specialized in one particular thing. But that's not to say it's the only thing that you can ever do. And I bet that you, if you enjoy astronomy, you will continue to do that. Also, let's just acknowledge, I'm just letting everybody know, much like if I play Evil Genius 2, I am guaranteed to at some point say the phrase, the country of Africa, even though I know it is a continent, and will tell you that right now. It's a continent made up of a great many different countries. I will also, at some point, confuse the phrase astronomy and astrology. It's going to happen. They are extremely different things. But I will at some point say one thing when I mean the other.
Anyone else want to try taking my drink? Oh, you look thirsty.
No interest in your drink. Get out of my way.
You think you're real tough too, huh?
Uh-huh.
Someone got booze blind and stumbled into flat.
Wait, am I supposed to fight this guy?
Nothing new about that. You ain't much of a see, I can't believe my own Feel free to run away.
Who's this then?
Calm down already.
Okay. Had nothing to do with this. Can I please order a meal?
Hello.
Stupid jackass. All right. If I can't get a meal, then you're coming with me.
Christ, that was really something.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. What the fuck is this? I hate everyone in the world. Oh my god. This is why Arthur Morgan hates civilization. I'm gonna look over at chat and Force is gonna say, did you remember to put up your mask? No, never. Oh, hold on. What's this? Oh, it's something weird. What's happening here? Oh, we are at the edge of the playable universe. Look what's happening on the ground here. Ooh. Witness investigating, yeah. To all of my crimes. Defending myself against Ben and getting punched, because all... What's happening here? Is this sneaky? What's happening? What crime is being... I haven't done anything yet.
You're going down now.
Arthur's having a day. So Force is saying, oh man. So Force is saying, I hobby in both Angel and I hear that people do all the time. Oh, do that all the time. Yeah, confuse one for the other. Here's why I care. If I make a mistake, that's fine. People make mistakes. What would trouble me is that people earnestly didn't think that I knew the difference. Or that I didn't respect, like, the field of astronomy enough to be able to tell it apart from the field of astrology. Okay, so I just got an achievement for breaking and entering. I have a feeling there's a lot more cache from here. I think that I accidentally stumbled across a canned vegetables. Really? I can't take that, huh? I feel like I can take it. Canned vegetables. Oh, there's some cigarettes then. Okay. We're gonna see what else we can loot in here. I guess that's sort of my take on the internet in general. There's such a difference between somebody making a mistake and... Alright, I think there's only crackers in there. I don't know, like, not caring. What was it? Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah, I don't want to go into the whole thing. But I saw somebody really get hounded on Twitter a whole bunch for having an opinion on a movie. And to me, I look at it and be like, hey, if you thought what that person said was, like, factually incorrect, you gotta check out my Twitch stream, because I'm wrong all of the time, and in way worse ways. Let's see. Get rid of that. Anything else up here that I care about? Oh, hold on. Got something over here. Oh, I got a card. Some kind of thing there. Alright, we'll probably get out of here before it just burns completely down. Dingus is writing out Arthur's itinerary. And he's probably right about the time, too. Oh, no, he was thinking that it was very early in the morning. So was I for a moment, but it is, in fact, just late at night. Okay, let's go see. So, a couple things here. Let's feed Redford. There you go.
Yep.
And Forces, I probably, like, how did they know what was up? I do not know how they knew that Arthur was upstairs, because they came boiling up right away. But, yeah, I guess they are using telegraphs to communicate out and say, hey, help, we need help. Arthur Morgan is here. I gotta say, if we're gonna go see Magnifico, I kind of feel like I want to do it in the morning time. Arthur Morgan does his bounty hunting at night, and his I'm going to walk up with my hands up, palms exposed, everything is cool. I am not here to bring you back to that awful woman. Also, so I keep meaning to get back to this and then not. So, a couple episodes ago, the whole thing where Arthur Morgan went to, like, a guy came stumbling out of the wood and said, oh my god, help, they're attacking my home. And Arthur Morgan went to where he said, and it was this ramshackle shed that was, like, right on the edge of the swamp. And there was, like, a couple guys in there who were basically going after his wife in a way that, you know, sort of in some kind of way. And Arthur Morgan shot them and then took the bodies outside and threw them into the swamp. And then she was like, thank you so much, thank you so much. There's some money over there in the dresser. Why don't you can have it. And I did not want it. And, like, Tashir was here and he said, oh, I think you can just leave. So I did leave, and I think that the mission actually just qualified as, like, failed or, like, abandoned or something like that. But here's the difference. I'm just going to pause it here for 1 second. If Arthur Morgan cuts a deal with somebody in advance to say, I'm going to go over there and do this thing, and you're going to pay me this amount of money, then they should pay up. And if there's an option to like forego the payment after you learn more details, then that's cool and I might take advantage of that. But that is a business arrangement. If Arthur Morgan encounters someone who is in distress and I help that person so that they are no longer in danger, I don't feel like I want a reward for that, because I wasn't doing it with the expectation of getting something in return. I was doing it because I thought it was the right thing to do. And even if a reward is offered, it's cool. Like, I don't want your money clip from this person that lives in a hovel on the absolute edge of the swamp. Like, it didn't feel right to take that money. And I keep thinking that that quest might reset at some point. We might do that again, at which point I would take the money for lack of a better option. But, like, I don't know. I like video games that allow you to turn down the reward, not so that you can get something better, but just so that you can have the satisfaction of, I did it because it was right. All right, so here's Magnifico. Oh, for Forrest, I lose my hat in every scuffle. Hello. What is happening?
Whoa, that's amazing.
If you say so.
Are you Magnifico by any chance?
I'm not going back. She's a witch. She's a witch.
Who?
Presta.
Well,
Marjorie.
she cares about you a lot.
Well, I'm the talent. It's me. It's all me. I share the money with her, and, you know, that thing. No, stay away. You've made love to her, haven't you?
No, that's not it.
She's a succubus. She's a succubus. Stay away from me.
Hey.
Okay.
Come back here.
I really don't want to harass this guy. See, so she had said, make a bunch of noise and we'll come running.
She just wants to speak to you.
No, she doesn't.
Look, you got the wrong end of this.
Oh, okay.
Hey, will you talk?
I'm going it alone. He's gone.
I really feel like he should be allowed to go it alone.
You're starting to irritate me. What the hell are you pulling here? You're here, I'm gonna find you. Oh, yeah, very clever. Oh, that's a neat trick.
It's steak dinners.
Very good, very good. I'm gonna get you now. Come here.
You'll notice I do not have a lasso out.
Damn it. Now where you gone?
Okay, let's see if we can... Oh, interesting. I didn't know that the animals would, like, flash and stuff. Ah, okay. But one of these things is going to be right. Unknown animal?
Can't magic out of this, partner.
Nah, that goes outside of the clearing.
Oh, now, she ain't as bad as all that.
I don't know why Arthur is so cool with that woman. Forrest just said this man just ended Penn and Teller's whole careers.
Over here, dummy.
Is he up the tree? It's showing up.
Well, you led me on a merry old dance. Come on down now. Lady said you had a contract.
You want me? Come and get me.
Hey, hold on there.
So
Run!
long,
Damn it.
dummy.
What is happening?
Where are you? You little... Really? Really? We're gone. Too bad about that train.
He's just gonna hop on the train, Arnold. Or Arthur. Oh, Christ.
Damn it. Ah. Oh. Oh, but...
Oh, Forrest, I will answer that in just a second.
No. Oh, ain't back. I'm gone on the next train to the Great White Way.
Really? You got enough for a ticket? Because the way Big Fanny tells it, you spent all of our takings on a case of the French pox.
Maybe I did. So what? What do you need a stump of a showman for? Same bad jokes? The same cheap tricks? In a package half the size? You got Bertram. You got Dummy over there. Who is Dummy anyway? The missing link? Shut up, you dimwit. You sold me out.
You should watch your mouth.
You don't need me. You're better off without me. Even you, Dummy. Go on, clear off. Aim for the top, all of you. I'm out of food and I'm out of ideas. Leave me for the bears. I won't be more than a mouthful.
You robbed me.
Whoa.
You robbed your brother. So you are gonna be pulling rabbits out of your ass until you are as old as you are tiny. Put them up there.
Ah, some friends.
We ain't friends.
Oh,
We're family, as much as it pains me to say it.
family. Still after everything?
Of course, you silly little man.
And him?
Met him at the bar, agreed to help.
Ah, sleeping rough don't suit me much.
I know. Come to Mama.
Oh, I did miss you.
Now, don't you ever run off on us like that again.
Back together! Back together! Well, I'm glad it all worked out.
Thanks to you. Thank him, boys.
Thank you.
Thanks for nothing, Dummy.
No, get in the back. We ought to give you a piece of the gate on our next show. You earned it.
Huh?
We'll be playing Saint Denis next. Check with the box office. Here.
No.
No one said anything about splitting a gate.
Oh, shut up. Half man and half wit.
Bye-bye.
What I done to deserve you, too?
Yeah, as Sam Lander says, still have a problem with all of this. Agreed. So Forrest had asked, and hopefully I didn't miss it, miss the opportunity to answer, is Mia playing the Indigo Prophecy regularly now, or only on Wednesdays, or how does that work? I'm still kind of new to her channel. So Mia actually has a very steady schedule, and the quick answer is that she will be playing Indigo Prophecy every Wednesday until it is done. She is, and I don't know where she came up with this phrase. It's very apt. I haven't seen anybody or heard anybody else use it. She terms herself a themed variety streamer, which means that she is at all points playing a variety of different games. Which one she's playing is based on the day of the week. So tomorrow is Friday, and she will be continuing her playthrough of Dead Space 3, which she's playing for the first time, and that's for Frightening Friday. She tends to play horror-themed games on Fridays. On Sunday, she'll be doing Slow and Steady Sunday, which will be her episode 2 of Red Dead Redemption. She's going to be playing through the storyline in that. Then on Tuesday, it should be our very first episode of Little Hope. That is Game Night with the Peeps. Usually that's played with, you know, a few different people, like Chivalry will play. We'll probably have some streams with Patikin in there if he's available. I think that's very, very late for him. But we tend to have more group-style co-op games during that time. And then on Wednesday, that would be when she's playing Indigo Prophecy. And then on Friday, the whole thing resets. And whenever she finishes a game, then the next game sort of in the loop will come up. So when she finishes Indigo Prophecy, I know that the plan is then for Beyond Two Souls, for example. Forrest is saying, I thought that maybe Wildcard Wednesday was a random thing. It is... Yeah, Wildcard Wednesdays, the alliteration changes from time to time. I think it originally started off, it was Walking Dead Wednesdays for a while. It was Wolf Among Us Wednesdays for exactly 5 weeks. But it started off as Wacky Wednesdays, I think. She was playing things like Goat Simulator and look at this fog. Just, I love the way this game looks. Well, what else? She was playing Goat Simulator. Octodad was in there. I Am Bread. And I think that what she found out pretty quickly is that those games were fun to check out, but didn't have a lot of staying power. She did finish Octodad. She did play all the way through the main campaign in that, but didn't really take to I Am Bread. You know, Goat Simulator is less a game than it is a pile of, you know, rendering errors. So that sort of came and went fairly quickly. So I think it sort of became sort of a Wild and Wacky or Wild Card Wednesdays. And that was also the space that she played through all of the Telltale Walking Dead games, for example. Those were all Wednesday games, which she'd play through one episode a week. Oh, hello to Brian. Oh, hold on. Alms for the poor.
Someone there?
Yep.
Do you have anything to spare for a blind man? Oh, thank you, sir. Truly, thank you. It means a lot to me.
Oh, wait. Grumpy says... Grumbles as he discovers, that is an interesting color, that trading in a car is going to cost more than expected. That is a shame. I know that, was it you, Brian, that also had some car issues for a while with, like a cracked engine block or something? But Grumpy, I'm very sorry to hear about that. Brian just got done streaming. Yeah, we had a chance to watch some of your stream, actually on a few different days now. Brian has been playing Horizon Zero Dawn on the PlayStation 4, and boy, that game holds up well. Yeah, that's been a lot of fun to watch, Brian. And also, I mean, we're sort of, you know, we're not at the end, but we're drawing nearer to the end of our stream. So I did also want to call out, oh, this is not a quest right at the time. Okay. Can I do something else for the time being? No. And I'm not going to go do that yellow one because we know that that's going to advance the story. Because it's a yellow main plot. So... Okay. Well, maybe I can find a saloon to go get a meal in, or a bath. No, they're all locked too. And I'm definitely not going to the show where that woman is putting on her exploitation theater. Okay. Well, maybe things will open back up. Let me head over to one of the saloons and we'll see if it, opens up for business by the time that I get there. Grumpy's saying that I should lease, but it's a bad deal. State limited sales tax credit last year. Oof. The other person that I wanted to touch on, Ricardinho Just Vibing. Ricardinho hangs out in our stream a whole bunch, and I don't do near enough, I don't think, to shout him out. He has been sort of working his way through a couple different games, including Grand Theft Auto 4 and most recently playing some Grand Theft Auto 5. I don't know if he's been streaming that, but he was talking about it. And, oh, Sphinx. Sphinx in the Curse... Sphinx in the Lost Mummy? Sphinx in the, like, Curse of the Mummy? Something like that. That is an old, I want to say a PlayStation 2 game that I was aware of at the time that it came out and had never played myself. And the other day in his stream, he was talking about the experience of... Oh, hold on, it didn't... I'm working on it, buddy. I'm trying to hitch the horse. Follow.
Come on, girl.
Okay, let me lead. There we go. Ricardinho was talking in his stream about the experience of... Hold on. Hitch horse. These are all hitching posts. They're right here. Hitch horse. There we go. Okay. Hitch horse. There. He was talking about the experience when he was younger and playing Sphinx for the very first time and how, like, if you... I forgive me, because I cannot remember if I've already brought this up at some point. But he was talking about the experience of getting stuck in a game back in the day. Like, if you didn't know what to do in a PlayStation 2 game, you figured it out. And if you couldn't figure it out, then you invited your friends over to see if they knew or if they could figure it out, get a fresh set of eyes on that. And failing that, maybe you bought a guide someplace. I mean, that's sort of like, you know what? I need a bath. Hold on. Hello. And I very much appreciated Ricardinho sort of reminiscing on that, because that was an experience that I've described to Mia as well. bath. Yep.
Oh,
Let's
I'll
do
go to
this.
you. Just
Okay,
head
cool.
upstairs. It's ready when you are. I hope you took my advice and forgot all about that matter that you were inquiring on when you were last.
Mia didn't grow up playing a lot of games. So when I would like talk to her about the fact that like, here's my thing about gaming. This is my personal theory. This is how I look at it. I don't believe in the idea of like the self-made gamer. Okay, I don't think that there's anybody out there who just sat down at Dark Souls and blitzed all the way through it without any difficulties and just sort of like excelled naturally. I'm sure that there's people who do it better than others and have an easier time than others and who enjoy it more than others, because that's like that whole franchise is not for me, and that's fine. What I don't believe in is this idea that like somebody who goes into Dark Souls and dies a whole bunch of times, no thank you,
I think I'm okay, thanks.
is somehow aberrant. Like, oh my god, you suck. You had to fight the gargoyles in one of these Dark Souls games or Demon Souls, 15 or 20 times to beat them. No, that's what the game is about, man. And whenever I see any sort of like harsh judgment against somebody who's having any sort of difficulty in a game, it's like, right, but your various failures may not have been televised. That doesn't mean that they don't exist. Not televised, but like broadcast. My point to Mia and my point to anyone is that on the rare occasion that I do anything that is successful or impressive in a video game, that is built on the shoulders, built on the foundation of 100,000 spectacular failures that I say, like what happened in this episode, just get straight up shot 4 times in this standoff duel before I accidentally kind of shoot the guy in the leg, and then that qualifies as a victory. That's how gaming is. Like, it's failure after failure after failure after failure, and then eventually you get it right, and then you get the luxury of remembering the time that you got it right. And I feel like when people stream, they're putting themselves out there to say, yeah, I'm going to screw up a bunch. That's just how it is. Either that, or maybe you are the world's best Minecraft player. And if you are, so be it. Again, people didn't necessarily get to see all the times that you didn't do well. Oh, yeah, Forrest was saying awesome about the streaming, not the car issues to Grumpy. Grumpy saying, oh, and the state issued sales tax. Sorry to hear that, Grumpy. It's okay about the car. My dad let me use his truck. Yeah, so it worked out okay for Brian in the long run. Forrest says, laughing, yeah, I just barely had a window with games where I didn't have a way to look it up. I've always had a way to look up games, and I feel like the first time the thought dawned on me to look something up for a game occurred to me very early on. But yes, Angel, I know the feeling of having a friend, sibling in my case, try it. My brother had to complete the pod racing level on the Star Wars because it was incredulously hard. I felt so validated when I saw a meme about it, about that on TikTok. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot that man to death. I'm not actually gonna do that. Just don't be hurt. Hold on. Calm.
Hold now. There, girl.
It's okay. Relax.
Girl.
That carriage rammed directly into me. So I don't see a wide variety of missions. I know there's missions in this area. I assume that they kick off at a particular time of day. Yeah, examples of games that were primarily played along with friends. Final Fantasy II, or as it was known outside the United States, Final Fantasy IV. A friend of mine that had that on Super Nintendo and would play it on his own time. And then when we would go over to his house, or he would bring it over to one of our houses, we would each have save games saved on his cartridge that we would be playing along. And that game was absolutely a communal experience, because we would hit like one of the bosses in the game where like they required a particular tactic, or at least would be much, much easier if you pursued a particular tactic. And once one of us figured it out, we would share it amongst everybody else. Another example, and this was much, much later, of course, Dark Cloud 2. I have spoken highly of Dark Cloud 2 at a lot of different times. Dark Cloud 2 almost single-handedly sold me on having a PlayStation 2. I adored that game and think fondly of it to this day. That was a game that my friends and I were all sort of playing around the same time, and we would trade information about how to build up the settlements in that game. We would talk about what was the most efficient way to upgrade your weapons, or the little like golf mini game that was in there. That game was great. And it was made all the more fun because we had a chance to play through it as a group. Even if we were playing separately, it was still sort of a group experience. Force is saying... So first thing is saying, gatekeeping gaming is just obnoxious. Also, so many older games like classic NES games were designed to be failed multiple times. That's how they send it... Pardon me. The replayability... Oh, sorry, lady. I went past it. We're gonna leave, Redford out here. Yeah, hold on. I need to walk up these stairs in a way that is way less goony. There we go. Centrifugal Force was, giving the example of Castlevania 2. I remember playing Castlevania 2. I was not good at it. And then Sam Leonard says, I prefer Dark Cloud 1 to 2, but awesome that somebody knows that series. So I never played Dark Cloud 1. I had a friend who owned it. I don't believe that he ever played it. So I actually have no experience. You are probably the first person that I've known that did play it. So it's interesting to hear that you enjoyed it more. Okay, yep, let's sell all this kind of stuff. Get that, those, that. Okay, I'm very glad that the unique watch is not in the pile with all the others, because I was briefly afraid that I'd sold it. 220, is this going up in value? It was probably 220 before. I have a vague, unsubstantiated theory that that's going to get more valuable as we go. Oh, sorry, I was looking at chat real quick. Grumpy saying, apparently we've decided to replace one of our cars, adulting for the wind. Yeah, your first thought, or like my first thought would be like, oh, that sounds neat. Like, you get a different car. Congratulations. And then I remember the experience of having to go shopping for a car and test drive the car. And this is all time that's coming out of whatever narrow amount of free time that you have in the world. And then you get the car, and then you have to spend time paying off the car. And then if it's a used car, maybe it's got some other issue that you weren't yet aware of. So then that's got to get serviced. So, hopefully, congratulations and exciting stuff, and if not, my condolences, because, yeah, I've done the car dance, and it is my current car is very reliable. The one that I had before it reached a point where, when driving above about 40 to 45 miles an hour, the entire chassis would violently shake. And I do a lot of highway driving, and in the part of the area of the country that we live, you can't really drive around at 40 miles an hour. You gotta be able to travel, so it was just like, kind of an unpleasant ride. So, I think that's gonna do it, because there's no other missions around, and I don't want to go do the main story mission. I guess what I should do is get a room. You know what? Let's give it... Yeah, okay, let's try one more thing. Here we go. I'm going to go to a saloon and grab a room, and we're going to sleep until nightfall, and then I'm going to go see if the mission is available. Grumpy is saying that he might just decide to lease this time, so that, you know, you don't have all the headaches of ownership. Makes sense to me. Dingus says... Yeah, hold on, this is going to be a second, because I've got to navigate these streets. It's something about the Dark Cloud franchise, and I want to see it, because I love reminiscing about cool games. The whole Dark Cloud series was really unique. I don't think I remember any other games that had the dungeon crawling and city building as core elements. Yeah, I mean, that was the thing about Dark Cloud 2 for me. It was... There was so much.
Been a while since I've seen you last. Welcome back, I suppose.
Okay, do you have...
Something?
Oh, this man does not sell rooms. Well, I have a whiskey.
Give me something to drink, anything.
Last fella I gave this to woke up in the swamp a day later.
Take a shot. All right, good enough. We don't need to get South. I was hoping to grab a room, but...
Morning.
Is it morning?
Thanks,
Is that what we've arrived at? 10:30? Forza saying that I've only had hand-me-down title transfers as I'm very young, but yes, my goodness, car buying sounds like an awful experience all around. Well, awful, so the thing is, like most things that are arduous, the reward is the promise, or at least the enticement of having a cool new car at the end, something that you like. Sometimes it's...
You got to answer to the law.
Hold on.
Don't scare me.
Can I get him?
Oh, hell. This town has had enough of the likes of you. I hear you. All will take care. That's how a lawman solves a problem. Now that's what I call a good day's work.
Okay, I guess this didn't require my interaction at all. I should report this man's crime. Yeah, I mean, like, when you need a vehicle, it can be very, yeah, having a vehicle is a money sink for sure. But the trade-off is you get more freedom on where you can go. You have more freedom in, like, what kind of jobs you can pursue. And if you get a car that you really like, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and really just a lot of podcasts. I don't really do like books, like audio books or anything like that when I'm driving. So it's like, you know, and I get to do that by, you know, having my phone connected to the speakers, and then I can listen to it that way. And that's neat. It's something that my previous car couldn't do, and it's something that I really enjoy about the current vehicle. So there's the trade-off for it. The awful thing is, like, I have a relative who spent a lot of time, like, weighing which car to get, got one, and it turned out to have all sorts of other service issues. Oh, this guy again.
You've got what you deserve. You're ignoring me and all I could offer you. Why this goddamn book?
Hello to Guinness Porvita, who says, "How goes your Red Dead?" What the hell? What? Wait, what? Sorry, I turned to chat, and then the next thing that I saw, Arthur was picking himself up off the ground. I don't know what he did, or what I did to him. But hello to Guinness. Red Dead is going great. I'm currently just trying to hitch my horse so she doesn't run off.
No, of course you don't. Who does? I don't. I'm very, very ready.
Okay, as I step in, let's just make sure that the quest hasn't... So, Guinness, to answer the question more thoroughly, there was a quest in this area, and apparently I arrived at the wrong time of day. So what I'm going to do is we're going to grab a good day's sleep, grab lodging, rent a room.
Got any rooms?
Okay, room's all set.
Room's all set. All right, right upstairs.
A French politician can do wonders for one.
Captain Dingus says, "Dang, why wasn't the entire police force shooting wildly at that man? That's what they always do to Arthur." Yeah, Arthur gets treated a lot differently than a lot of the other NPCs. They seem to know what's up with him. They know what his rap sheet is pretty quickly. All right, this is not my room.
Hello, handsome. I can help you really relax.
Well, noted. Mostly what I want to relax is we're going to sleep. And so let's sleep until evening. I feel like that's a good 7 hours sleep. We'll see if that quest regenerates. Force says, my God, you just sent my heart through the roof inadvertently. I'm walking because weight needs to be lost on a relatively safe but dark college campus. I heard the whistle and a female voice say, somebody help me. And I was so ready to book it and beat a man to death. Oh no. I'm glad that the alarm was entirely in the game, but yeah, so the quest hasn't regenerated. Okay, so I know it hasn't expired altogether, but I guess what we're gonna do now is head back to Sadie and be ready to do that quest next time. To answer my earlier question, does anyone know about backwards compatibility with this new gen of consoles? So sorry if I missed that, Force. The answer is it's excellent. It's really good. The PlayStation 5 and Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and I think Series S are... they have what I would term to be enhanced backwards compatibility, where you get all the benefits of a console of games that load very quickly. Like, load times are effectively non-existent. And on some of them, like, we'll come up with some answers, some examples here in a minute. On some of them, they're even getting enhanced backwards compatibility, where you do not have to buy the game a second time, but you get benefits like higher resolution, better frame pacing, better anti-aliasing, faster load times as we just talked about, and sometimes even beyond that, enhanced lighting effects, better texture quality, better filtering, and just off the top of my head, a few examples that are true of that on the PlayStation 5. They've done enhanced patches for games like Days Gone. There's rumors that they're going to do one for Last of Us 2. I was actually very glad that I finished the game before that came out. Ghost of Tsushima has a 60 frame per second patch. There are rumors that there's going to be something like that for Bloodborne, although there's been absolutely no sign of it. One thing to know about is that, like, there's unofficial fan patches that have been made to work on dev hardware that show that Bloodborne could run at a solid 60 frames per second. They only need to enable that mode in the base game, and so far From Software does not seem to have been very interested in doing that, but that's a different topic. As far as I know, to answer more succinctly, Force, virtually every single PlayStation 4 game you can physically put into the optical drive on a PlayStation 5, and it'll install, and it might download a patch or two, and it is perfectly playable. And in fact, here's another example. A patched version of The Last Guardian will run at 30 frames per second on the PlayStation 5. If you have the original disc release and choose not to patch it, it will actually run at a solid 60 frames per second. There might be some other enhancements or patches that are not present, but on the whole, it'll run at a solid 60 frames per second. Oh crap! Unopened mail or parcels. I just left there. Okay, let's go up here and we'll get the mail or parcel. I believe many of the things that I just said are also true of the Xbox Series X, in that effectively any Xbox One game will just pop in and work, or if you already own it, I think you can download it to the console and play it that way, and some games are getting enhanced re-releases. Now, that said, there might be some exceptions to that rule that I am not aware of, which is why I'm saying virtually any, but I think the list of games that don't work backwards compatibility-wise is minuscule, and probably mostly related to, like, little known import games or like little indie games and so forth. I don't know that there's a comprehensive list out there. I know at one point it seemed that Assassin's Creed Syndicate, or was it Syndicate or Unity, wasn't going to be backwards compatible from the PlayStation, like the PlayStation 4 version of the PlayStation 5. I don't know if that proved to be true. Because I think I saw something afterwards that was like, no, that was a misunderstanding. I don't know one way or the other. Force says somebody mentioned that because the 360 is now 3 gens old, it's officially retro, which made me die inside. Yeah, it is interesting. So my nephew likes to come over every once in a while, and he'll hang out here, and he likes to check out like whatever games that we have. And it is interesting now returning to games that I have such clear memories of how great they looked, and seeing how let's say quaint they look now compared to what my memory is of them. Like I remember Enslaved Journey to the West. Like really, like I was so impressed by like the graphical fidelity and the motion capture animation. Andy Serkis plays the main character in that game, and he does all the voice acting and stuff. And it's not that it looks terrible. It's just like, oh right, this level of like jagged edges and aliasing all over everything. That's just how it looked. And yes, it was a pretty good 27 frames per second all the time. So Force says that she'll have to catch the end of the stream on the VOD. Twitch Mobile is thunking. My adrenaline is still coming down after that whistle call. Have a good night all and be safe. Force, thank you so much for hanging out. And on our way out, we want to make sure that we do some shout outs. Centrifugal Force is soon to be doing, I'm very excited about this. Hopefully I did not miss it already. Force is going to be doing a tutorial stream of City Skylines, and she solicited some advice, and I think that the overwhelming request was do it from the start. Brand new map, fresh map, show it to us. Like, we want to see the whole thing, because as I put it, I know how to set up like a small town, but that doesn't mean that I'm doing it successfully. And I would love to see how Force has been able to develop some of these really impressive metropolises that I've seen in some of her more advanced plays. So that is coming up very soon, and I am looking forward to it. Please check out the play. Please check that out at Centrifugal Force. That's CENTRIFUGAL_FORCE. And Drienne just hosted the stream. Drienne, thank you so much for the host.
Good evening, sir.
If anybody else has rated or hosted, it's been a big topic-heavy stream. So I'm going to receive mail, and then I'll walk away from this man because he's going to talk at me a lot. Oh, it's a letter from Charles.
How do you do, sir?
We try to get away from him so that I can inspect document. Hold on, I'm going to have to look it up in the satchel now. That's journal. Sorry. Get out of there. Just read by the light here. This also is not what I wanted. No.
There it is.
Yep, that's the word.
No, that's journal. Sorry, I'm pressing the wrong button here. I'm trying to remember which one is the right button.
Good day, sir.
Satchel. There we go. Here's the letter.
Good to see a man work his fingers to the bone. Might look quiet.
I'll pause here just in case people can make this out. I can get every third word. Mon cher ami, I made it. I have the sun on my face, sand between my toes, and a beautiful vagine in my bed. The islands are everything I thought they would be, and more. You would not believe the light, and the colors, and people here. So much brighter and more alive than anything or anyone in Saint-Denis. It feels like a world away, which of course it is. You may be surprised, but you are my only true friend from those dark, dreary days. You did not ask for anything, you only gave. How perfect, how rare. I detest selfish asses more than civilization itself. But what is civilization really but organized selfishness? That's interesting. I don't think I agree with that, but it's an interesting idea. I must constrain my most primal and vital desires so you may be comfortable. Pa, no mercy. No mercy. So no thanks. My island paradise is what the civilized world would call primitive, but the people here are the most generous in ways I may not put into words I've met. Why is this? Because they are free. I've never painted like I paint now. It is work the likes of which has never been seen. Before I send this, I shipped some canvases to New York to be sold. Perhaps, if you own that little scribble, it may be worth something now. Either that or laugh at my ineptitude. As always, yours, CC. Hold on, so it was worth like $220 before. I cannot flip this. Now I'm curious how much it would be worth. Yeah, Drienne, thank you very much. So, actually, Drienne is probably not here because they are being careful about spoilers. They intend to play this themselves. But I would thank Drienne very, very much for the follow. And if Drienne happens to be here, I would ask, and this is just because I saw that Drienne and a couple other people were watching something in the Mia Discord watch party channel. And I'm just curious, like, I felt a little bit hesitant to just like barge in there. It's a public channel, but also like I didn't know what was on there. Like I didn't want to intrude or interrupt. And now the fucking guy's here. Okay, Henri Lemieux. Just out of curiosity, what time is it? So this guy's only available in the dead of night. Okay, so I'm gonna ride back there, but I'm gonna say that we are pretty much out of time. No, I don't want a stagecoach. Wait. Somebody said something. Hello? Hello?
Hello, mister. Hello? Nice round here. I'm kind of new to these parts.
Okay, I thought he said something. Yeah, apparently this particular quest is only available at a, between specific hours. So I want to get over there and... when we return, hopefully time hasn't advanced very much between save slots. Let's see, what else is happening? So, Tashir Games has been playing through Control. I know that I Moo Do You Moo 2 has also been playing through Control. I know Groomfy was here as of recently. I hope I didn't miss Moo or miss an opportunity to say goodnight if she was turning in. But in addition to Serious Sam 4 that we were talking about earlier, Moo has been playing through Control and specifically getting through some of the DLC packs. I believe that she passed sort of one point that I had a lot of difficulty with. There was one point in Control where I knew what I had to do. The map made it very clear where I needed to go. I just could not find my way there for like 90 solid minutes. It was a very, very long journey to find my way there. So my sense is that Moo did that much more quickly, and that was good. Tashir is also playing that at Tashir Games. It's Tasherre Games. I believe his most recent episode was today. I was stuck at work. If he has a chance to play tomorrow, I will very much look forward to catching that live because I will actually have some time tomorrow. Also, let's see, Patikin has been diving deep into Outriders, as has several other people that we like to watch, including Diesel Jones, that's Diezeljones. Azaric has been playing a bunch of that. I know that my sense is that Azaric has sort of like dove in well into Outriders at this time, but he had also started up Disco Elysium, and I'm very, very glad that I get to watch him play Outriders because I won't get to watch him play Disco Elysium until we have a chance to do that here. But I am looking forward to catching that. So also, I did not yet spell out Petiken. That's Petieken. He was playing some more Outriders today before raiding over. And as I said when he arrived, I hope that he enjoyed it as much as that game. That game looks super fun. And I'm glad that, like, Tashir hasn't been playing it, and my sense is that he's just having a good time with the other things that he is playing. I hope that's true. I hope that he's not... I'm looking forward to seeing Tashir play that as well, and I hope that Outriders isn't one of those things that's sort of like a flash in the pan and then everybody's done with it like all on the same day. Because I would hope that Tashir has an opportunity to play with his friends as well, because he knows so many people in the community, and he's a lot of fun to watch playing. We talked through Mia's schedule earlier. In addition to doing a tutorial stream of City Skylines, I know that Force is... So we're going to do a save right here. She's been streaming some Hitman, and also... I want to say there's something else in there, and I'm forgetting what it is. One save, by the way. I mean, if this save ever gets corrupted, I'm kind of boned, but there we are. The smell of grease paint. Yeah, I didn't like that quest line. Okay, and let's see. On our way out. Yeah, so Force streams a few different things. I thought there was something else that I saw. Oh, she was playing some more Anno. That's exactly what it was. Anno 1800. Tashir said on stream that he'll be playing Outriders eventually. Yes, I hope that when he plays it, he has the opportunity to connect with some of his friends, that they haven't all, like, moved on. Groovy saying good night. Okay, yeah, Groovy, have a great night. Yeah, we're wrapping up here as well. He also says Xbox Series will play anything from Xbox One and most 360 games that have been ported, which at this point is a lot, and some original Xbox games. Yes, what a turnaround. Like, I don't want to make this one of our super long outros, but I remember when I think it was like Don Matrick was very dismissive of the idea of doing any sort of backwards compatibility. And then, possibly because they, I don't think, did very well in the multi-platform or first-party development, with the Xbox One, they started releasing patches for backwards compatibility to allow you to play 360 games on the Xbox One. And as far as I know, they have every game that we own now part of that. I mean, I'd have to double check, but I mean, I dove real deep into Ninja Gaiden 2 by way of the Xbox One X, because that was one of the games that got a backwards compatibility patch and was a great example of an enhanced backwards compatibility game, because it wasn't just like now you can play that game, but they fixed portions of the game where there had been some severe frame rate drops. They fixed some frame pacing problems. It runs like a dream. It looks fantastic. Yeah, I think that Centrifugal Force has probably stepped out, but I am so happy that the industry sort of went back and took note of, hey, backwards compatibility is a thing. Like, what you see on here, we are currently playing Red Dead Redemption 2, which is a fairly recent game. It would be, like let me put it this way as simply as possible. On my PlayStation 3 games, on my PlayStation 3, it was true that between the two of us, we played probably 3 times more PlayStation 2 games on the PlayStation 3, because we got one of the ones that was fully backwards compatible and again had enhancements over like what the original PlayStation 2 game. I like games, PlayStation 2 games that I played for the very first time all the way through on the PlayStation 3 included not Eco. I might have no, Eco was a PlayStation 2 game, but Shadow of the Colossus, played that on that. I want to say Rogue Galaxy I played on the PlayStation 3 by way of PlayStation 2 compatibility. There's a whole bunch is the point. I'm not going to be able to remember all the titles. Backwards compatibility is a big damn deal. I love revisiting games that I used to play, and I like going back for games that I didn't get a chance to play, games that we own that I didn't get a chance to play yet. A lot of what we've streamed here are games that are 2, 3, 4 years old, and I never had a chance to play them at the time, and streaming has provided an opportunity to do that. And I like the idea that we can do that by way of consoles as well, because when there's an opportunity to do something like The Last of Us, for example, or Spider-Man, you know, a long time after it's come out, I'm trying to think of like an older game, because to answer Force's question, one thing that neither the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 can do is PlayStation 3 games. There might be some mechanism by which you can play them by way of PlayStation Now, but that's not the same thing as having backwards compatibility. That's sort of having a streaming platform on which you can play them. But I don't hold Sony like responsible for that, because the PlayStation 3 was so weird in terms of its architecture that to port those games onto anything else is a real Herculean task. You'd have to have a hell of an emulator to basically trick your AMD powered, and I think it's AMD, it might be an Intel, I don't know, your AMD or Intel powered PlayStation 5 to pretend it's a cell processor, which was what the PlayStation 3 ran on. So it's a whole weird architecture. Grumpy saying Xbox 360 backwards compatibility, Microsoft got made fun of when they promised it. I think it turned out to be a stroke of genius. It really did. So many original Xbox games played out better, and 360 played. Everybody knows where I was going with that. Sam Alander says, honestly, a PS5 could software emulate PS1, 2, and 3 games just fine. There's no reason other than laziness that they don't include that in the disc version of the PlayStation 5. My only question about that is the PlayStation 3. Like, I'm not a developer, but my understanding, based on the comments that I've seen from others, is that the PlayStation 3 was such an alien architecture relative to the Xbox 360 and even like the Nintendo consoles of its era, that porting those games and writing an emulator that will make them like, I think the way that I heard it expressed is that you can get an emulator to run like, I don't know, Metal Gear Solid 4 on a PlayStation 5 and it'll work. The trouble is that emulator will then play that game, and then you have to rework that emulator to get it to play Folklore or Layer or the Stitch in Time or whatever it was called, the Ratchet and Clank game that was really, really good, by the way. So that's sort of like a stumbling block. I could be wrong, but that's my understanding about it. If they did that, I'd be in line to buy one tomorrow. Bad news, Sam Lander. Even if you were in line to buy one tomorrow, you wouldn't get it for months. I would very much like the opportunity to exchange money for a Xbox Series X, and that still appears to be impossible to me. The Splinter Cell series, says Groomfee, in on the top seller list in the last few weeks on the Xbox Store. Unsurprising. Those were very good, and it's awesome that those are backwards compatible. Sam Lander says, I continue to buy PS2 games after I got the PlayStation 3 because you could still play them, as did I. Final Fantasy 12. I have not played very far in that game, but the part that I did play was via backwards compatibility on the PlayStation 3, and it ran like an absolute dream. It looked great, played great, load times were low. I love that. And on this topic, so again, I really, really need to wrap up. I'll skim through the rest of it, but one thing that's very, very sad is that Sony has confirmed that they are shutting down the PlayStation 3, Vita, and PSP digital storefronts this July. I don't know who is going to listen to this outro for a random episode of Red Dead Redemption 2 and not know that and like be able to act on this. But if there was anything that you wanted to own digitally on your PlayStation 3 or Vita or PSP, get it right now, because reportedly the things that you buy, you will still be able to continue to download. I don't know if that's true. I would probably want to make sure that you got it completely downloaded and installed, because in a relatively short amount of time now, all those libraries are gone forever. And I think that's a real shame, because like we've been talking about, the PlayStation 3 doesn't get emulated officially anywhere. It's not part of the backwards compatibility thing. And I don't even know if the PlayStation Now content is going to remain available. Grumpy says, games as a series, people might want to play AAA games for, but would play in order 1, 2, 3, which were previous gen. I mean, Hitman 3 is selling the remastered Hitman 2 missions for $50 extra. So, Grumpy, what is supposedly true on that, and I haven't tried it, but that they do now have the system in place that if you already own Hitman 2 on Steam, for example, you can add those missions to Hitman 3 on Epic free of charge. That's what I've heard. You should, like, anybody who's interested should look that up and make sure that that is the case. But that's my understanding. I personally am still not playing Hitman 3. I am going to wait for that one to come to Steam, because that's where I own the other two. I'd prefer to have my entire franchise in one place. And even if it's technically possible to import it, I'm good. I got plenty to play. I'll just wait for now. Similar says, even if I didn't get it for months, I'd still get in line. Yes, yeah. And as of right now, I don't care about a PlayStation 5. There's not a lot of reason to. I am very, very happy with our PlayStation 5 and continue to be extremely grateful to Fox Eyes because we were able to jump from 30 frames per second Ghost of Tsushima up to 60 frames per second for like the last third of all of our episodes. When we played The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2, that was by way of the PlayStation 5. And if nothing else, the load times were like blink and you'll miss them. And so that really helped keep those streams moving. So for that reason alone, that I still have some PlayStation 4 games that I'm working through, I'm very glad. And as I pointed out, Last of Us Part 2 is not the last PlayStation 4 game that we will be streaming this year. So stay tuned for that because we've got some fun stuff coming up there. Simlander says, I'm a little mad because they're stopping updates to PlayStation 3. So as new Blu-rays come out, you won't be able to play them because of DRM. Yeah, I have a relative who actually got a PlayStation 3 because when, like, my niece and nephew go over there, they can play PlayStation 3 games and really like it, by the way. You know, not all kids like retro games, but they have a great time with it. And they use it as a household Blu-ray player, and that's not going to be possible pretty soon. As Sam Lander says, it's disappointing that they are terminating that support because it just can't be very expensive to push out little firmware updates or whatever so that the Blu-rays play. Doesn't seem like that big of a deal. July 2nd, 2021 says Centrifugal Force, the PlayStation 3 shutdown will occur. Yeah. What a way to ring in Independence Day here in the United States than to know that your older consoles are permanently sort of like sealed off from what used to make them so dynamic and so able to keep up with stuff. But anyway, Grumpy says, yeah, if you own Hitman 2, you can get it for free. My point is that they basically say, sell Hitman 2 again 2 years later at full price to the people that missed out. The market for old games is massive. So Grumpy, a question about that. If you, like, let's say that you hit up Green Man Gaming and you picked up Hitman 2 Gold for, and I'm going to make up a number here, $15, because I've seen it go awfully cheap there. That adds it to your Steam library. Can you then, like, even if you buy it right now, can you then integrate it into Hitman 3? Because that would be a relatively, like, maybe we're life hacking this situation right now. I would very much agree with Grumpy. Do not. I love Hitman. I love Hitman 2. I think those games are genius. Do not pay $50 to get them into your Hitman 3 when, if nothing else, Patience will get them to you via Steam. And if not, then you can get them super cheap on like Green Man or even on Steam itself. I've seen those games go very, very inexpensively. Grumpy says the market for old games is massive. It really is. I have a friend who I'd really like to take advantage of some of his technical expertise because, like, let me put it this way. I've got a friend who has all of the technical know-how to, say, take original Game Boys and give them proper backlighting, improve the screens on Game Boys Advances and stuff like that. He knows how to do that. And the market where he lives would be so massive, and he doesn't. I need someone to introduce me to the money spigot that everyone else has access to, where they have this super marketable skill that they're good at, that they enjoy doing. And people come to them and say, I will pay you money to do it for me. And then, nah, not interested. I get that once money's on the table, it becomes work and not a hobby, but like, you're good at it. You're really good at it. Anyway, so now Twitch dashboard, hit the bed. I guess I'm out again. Good night, all. Yeah, oh, okay, so Force is taking off. Thank you for the Hitman tip. I linked 2 and 3 seems to be installing updates. So let's hope that fixes the maps. Awesome. Hopefully it does. Yes, and I would love to... Oh, maybe Force didn't know that the import is live. Yeah, it should be. I'll say this. Apparently, everything imports once. which means that whatever your current level of progression is in those maps, that's what imports. And if you play further in your Hitman 2 executable, that further progress will not be transferred over. So once you complete the transfer, I think you want to do all of your gaming inside Hitman 3. That's my understanding. So with that, that was a very long outro that I specifically said I wasn't going to do, but we do tend to get into the interesting topics here. We're going to find somebody fun to raid. Let's see, we shouted out Tashir, Patikan, Azaric. Let's touch on JV McMaster, who has recently been playing a lot of Monster Hunter Rise. I love seeing McMaster play anything, but he has, it's just the way that he engages with it, and it's making me nostalgic for happier times of watching other people that I really enjoyed play Monster Hunter World. It wasn't that long ago, and yet in some ways it feels like it was a very long time ago, because I miss the people who were doing that. So JV McMaster is doing that, and also was playing some Evil Genius. I hope I answered Marquak's question. And so on our way out, thank you very much to Drienne for the host. Thank you to Patikan for the raid, Caroluna for the raid, and Marquak for the 1,000-bit cheer. It always feels inadequate to thank people at the time and to say how much we appreciate it. So I do like it when I remember, yeah, that was awesome when that happened, because we always talk about, we always remember. And when I forget to say it aloud, that's distressing, because it makes it, sometimes it makes me concerned that people don't know how much it means. And Marquak is here, so okay. Yeah, look forward to some more Evil Genius 2, sort of like just what we call audition streams, sort of like one-offs, and we will go a little bit further into that as well, because I'm curious to see if that game becomes a 2 Point Hospital or a Startopia. Like, not to bag on Startopia. I haven't played the new one, but like the original Startopia, I enjoyed immensely for 10 hours, 12 hours, and then I sort of realized I've seen everything I'm going to in this, and I didn't dislike it. I enjoyed the time and money that I'd spent with it, but ultimately that was enough. And that's why when Starbase Startopia came out, I was like, we'll see how it fares, and I'm not sure that it fared that well. Evil Genius I loved originally, and I will be interested to delve deeper into that. I have to stop. There's actually food ready in the next room. I gotta stop and go eat some food. Thank you guys so much. We are going to find somebody fun to raid, and we will see you as early as tomorrow. If we can find time to stream before twitch.tv/morethanamia, I would adore the opportunity to toss over to her, and then hopefully to see Drienne and the Geek Pantheon as well, who I didn't shout out by name, but let's do it now. He's great. Sam Melander, the Geek Pantheon, Caroluna. Please check these folks out. I have so much fun watching them. They provide hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of content every week, and we are so grateful. Until next time, you guys, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.